Washi gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up 1-1. Theo is going to get taken down by Jez. You can now see Jez pushing up towards the B flag. Rocks that 35 round. We have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Theo. Sure enough, it's the push from the backside. Finds Jez.
Licença, Tocinha! Pofo! Botão no cofrinho do Ibis! Pofo pra cima do Delzinho! Double pofo do craque! Faz clique aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clique da jogada! Tomara tá.
Um som, monte.
Vou cravar esquerda, vou cravar cima, crava esquerda, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem ar. Vai ter mais, ó.
Aí tem que botar
Pode ver agora, calma, segura aqui, pega.
Sub-Zero, perdendo. Nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. Evan 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god. We've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. A quick in with the side of Nova. Dave, you're going in.
People see, there is one A now.
Oh my, Chris, he's all one more. Where you at, homie? I know you're in a typical sniper in this area, but right now you're a sniper. With an 80 with close, Lucky, get headshot. Costco, you the smoke. Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Extend was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make this.
Yo, this girl's dirty. Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artemisa coming through. What's that? Is that the kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Chels. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kind of nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Down herself on that Sparrow shot. But the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, brick stuff! Well, it was looking good for a minute there, Verdict, at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. The arrow can push that up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone.
Hello and good evening in North America. We are back for day number 2 of Mobile Mayhem. I, of course, am Verdict. Joining me tonight is going to be the ever so lovely, that is right, Zim, coach himself. Absolutely kill it tonight. Zim, talk to me, buddy. We're in day 2. Starting to see a little things unfold here in this season. And so far, we've only accomplished a few things, but one of the things that we have been able to, kind of recognize is Roster Mania didn't happen after Champs, chat. It did not happen. It has happened since, and this season is proof of it, as we've seen LG come through with a completely different roster and some crazy things happening over in LATAM, but still, we've got pretty hell of a season ahead of us, right?
Yeah, we do. I mean, there's just plenty of changes right now coming across, and like you said, it didn't happen directly after Champs at all, and it kind of took its time. Guys took a break. Teams were dormant for a while, and now we're coming into full force with we're finally out of the preseason Mobile Mayhem, which was that last season. Everybody kind of looks at that first season back from the World Championship as that preseason. Now we're back. Teams are starting to take form. Teams are starting to kind of look like what they might look like for Stage 3, and we're getting familiar with what our characters are going to be for North America in the coming months.
Well, you're absolutely right. Speaking of the characters, we've got the matches that are about to be displayed on screen. Just now joining us in, the action has not started quite yet, chat, so you don't have to worry about missing anything. Right now, we're about to set off the stage here for match number 1. It's going to be Shredded and Seminole. We're going to be on board with game number 2, Demise and Luminosity. Probably not going to happen, as word has came in. Demise not able to fill a 5-stack since Estuck has left the roster. So we're going to keep, everybody tuned in on what could be our second series of the night. It could be that one, or it could be Galaxia Simplicity, or as Bobby says, Galaxity taking on Midnight Gaming. And finally, to complete our night, it's going to be Team Eleventy taking on TLE Esports. Zem, talk to me. These 4 matchups ahead of us, which one are you looking forward to the most?
For me, I'm looking forward to that very last one. There's no more Zygnus in the league anymore, at least not that I am aware of. Now it's TLE, so LATAM needs a new El Clasico, and Eleventy has stayed, consistently here for years, and TLE is that up-and-coming LATAM team. They're that new challenger, they're that new champion over there in that region, and they're going to get their opportunity to play in North America and really start to solidify that ahead of Eleventy. I'm also liking that Galaxity and that Midnight matchup.
Yes.
There are a couple guys on that team that we watched all through challengers that we were really excited for. Proxity and Rush joining Y-Try Digital and Tempest. They're going up against Galaxity, and Galaxity looked to be in form. They took down Truly, a team that we talked about in that previous day of competition, where we said, hey, Truly might end up being a top 3 team. Galaxity said, get out of here with that, and they beat them 2-0. So lots of really cool things to look out for.
There you go. And if you're missing out on your favorite teams who are not playing tonight, could go ahead and put it on the books. We won't see Truly and we won't see Devious. They played on Tuesday, or Thursday of last week, but they are not playing this Tuesday. Actually, Truly, have they played yet? Have we seen? They did. They got too old. That's right. And we made a very good point of seeing them get played by Galaxia Simplicity. That team is here to play, so certainly going to be on board with seeing that now. We'll take a look at the standings, see how everyone is stacking up so far. We're only 1 day into the season. Who is going to be able to rise and shine? Galaxia Simplicity, they've got a number 1 spot shared with Seminole. Will they be able to keep up with them as of tonight? Could be a certain possibility. Luminosity also getting a chance to get back into the running, as well as they are tied 2nd place with Devious, who are going to be stagnant after having a body night, as well as Shredded sit with 5 and Midnight Gaming with 5. Truly, Eleventy, TLE Esports, and Demise all sitting pointless at the very bottom of the board. That could change in a matter of a swing now, as we're going to get geared up for our first series. Zeb, taking a look at it, this map spread looking amazing. Looks like we're going to start off on Hardpoint standoff, roll into a search and destroy on raid, and see a control here for game number 3. Chances of this one getting to a game 3, though?
There's no chance.
Okay.
I mean, again, we've got straight up traditional common maps. This is a team that will be at the World Championship. You've got Dez, World Champion. You've got Solo, and you've got Molly on this squad. I don't know if Molly's playing. Is that Sin? Who's Sin? Who is that?
That's Cartels.
Okay, so Cartel's up-and-coming rookie, Solo, runner-up at the World Championship, Forsaken on this team. So that's, he's been really great for as long as it could be. And then Zai, in my opinion, last 2 years, he's been the best player in all of LATAM. So this is a team, they're not going away. They're going to be here. They're going to be here every step of the way, and they're going to dominate all of these maps. And you take a look on the other side, you got, storied guys. We got Legacy. He's been around for a long time. Nerdy, he's coming up. Jussa, he used to be a great contributor in the league years ago, but can he get back into the form? And my personal favorite player. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Scott on this team.
Yes.
He is my favorite guy to watch on this squad. And I love the personalities, but they're about to get slammed.
Okay, all right. Well, hey,
They're about to get slammed.
Everyone's right, has the reserve to, have their own opinion. And I think you, out of everyone, a lot of people in the scene, you know a lot more about what these players are capable of. Obviously, on Thursday night, we see a lot out of this shredded roster, and they didn't have as stacked of opponent in front of them. Not saying anything about that Devious team. Matter of fact, one before we even had that matchup set place, Devious was literally like, we were questioning, are they even a top 6 team? And we still can't say if they are or not. Are they going to be that 6th seed? They're starting off on the right foot. Obviously, tonight they're getting the bye, but Shredded certainly not making their claim any better as being a top 16 team as well. So, it's going to be a rough first few days for these, for these players. But I mean, at some point, you've got to solidify yourself as top 16. You got to get those points when you need to. And a team like Devious, you'd expect them to at least take that series in a 2-1 fashion, not lose in a 2-1 fashion. So they came to play on Thursday. Let's see if Shredded brought their A game though, because they've certainly got their hard work cut out for them. The Seminole team, definitely one of the best in North America. As a matter of fact, in LATAM as well, they took down Luminosity Gaming in a 2-1 fashion last night. And I've got to say, that control was brutal to watch if you're an LG fan. Yeah,
a lot of early growing pains for LG. I don't know if it's the new players, maybe they're kind of getting used to each other a little bit, kind of what it is. But to see them kind of struggling, not only in the league against what many will think is going to be their direct rival in North America, but also seeing them struggle a little bit in scrims. It's not like they're running the table like they used to last season, the LG guys and the Tribe guys. They're definitely trading maps, and North America looks to be very, very close at the current moment. Will they get better? Of course they will. Eventually they'll figure it out, and they'll really start to take that gap. But for now, they definitely got a lot of work to do. So. We are actually going to see that matchup. I think that the admins have informed us that Demise and LG will actually be playing match 2.
Good deal. We'll definitely need to see it. LG not starting their season off in the right foot. Obviously, they took a little bit of a backseat to a DQ in their first series, which led them to a 3-game win, of course, but can't really count it as a 3-game win when you lost one via that DQ. Nonetheless, they get the job done in a 2-1 fashion. So P1 actually starting early. Justipot getting absolutely all up in it. P1 though is not going to be his friend. He is taken down right now. It's still a little bit of uncertainty of who's going to take the advantage off the bat. We'll see who can take and do it. So far, it is going to be the side of Shred, who has multiples in the vicinity. Can they hold on to it?
I mean, right now, it's difficult to beat a good team in great positions. And right now, slice it however you want to. Shreddit has the map control, and they have the ability to hold on to these tight angles as Seminole is going to have to funnel on the inside. Now, just as quick as we say it, the position collapses for the side of Shreddit, and Seminole will take control of the hill. But the early transition going on for Shreddit on the backside, if they're able to hold down to these 3 kills in the factory, they might have a nice lead by the end of the P2.
Well, we'll see. Bryson doing a great job of extending his life. He's got a little bit of farm held down. Backside rotation could be solidified. It's just about half health. Wins a big gutty. Oh my God. Sin gets dumpstered. Holy hell, Justipot. He has brought his A game. Bryson, though, still unable to go down. Finally is taken down as we see P2 opening up for business. Guess what? Solo's already in the business. He's already got the factory locked down, and just like that, what we look like could be a little bit of a runaway from the sweatshop. Not necessarily going to happen. So Seminole going to be able to hold their wits about them. Big Gunny's not necessarily coming to effect here. It's the majority who wins this one. P1 said and done. You haven't gotten a single point off this early setup, Zim, and it's not looking good here for the boys over at Shredded.
Oh, it's not right now. Seminole is absolutely running the table, and I gotta highlight the importance of this map. If there's any chance at all for the side of Shredded to actually be impactful on this, it's gonna have to come off the back of Justipot, because he is running that overclock Tech 5, and so far so good. He's starting off really nicely, and his direct matchup on this map is going to be Cartels, who is actually lagging behind a little bit, 3 and 8. That Pack 5, just getting it a little bit more than the other guy on the other team can incredibly change the way all of your waves are looking on the map. But right now, the transition has collapsed, and Seminole is in the lead again for the next step.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start nonetheless. Tsunami trying to make waves here onto this P3 side. Top blue is Zai. Demon inside of the building. He is going to be able to lock down to the first little bit of entrance. 5 seconds into the hill, not a single contest in sight. Legacy trying to do whatever he can. He's got 2 in the vicinity. There goes 1. The first of the doof pump. There it goes. He drops. And on to the objective we go. It's Solo. He's already got operators for days. Just Spot's going to be dropped, but 2 there to fill his slot. Let's see if Scott can hop the hill. No, it's not going to happen. And just like that, what was looking like a promising break, the TAC 5 wave comes through. It is going to be the boys over at Seminole who are making it look good here in the top blue point.
They're dominating right now, and the kills, I mean, they're just not going through for Shredder. Right now, Solo and Bryson are in the hill right now, and they're going to clear that out and get a whole bunch of scrap time here. That's 20 seconds, and that's good because this lead is building. They're going to cross the 100-point mark right now at the moment and set themselves up hopefully really nicely for the transition. For now, they're spawning tractors, so Shredder does have a little bit of a foundation for their next couple lives, but the side of Seminole, they are locked down on the point, so it won't take too long for them to get a couple kills and potentially flip out this spawn. We're gonna have to actually take a look at Bryson in the middle of the map. He's maybe the most impactful player. He's running the right route right now, and just the kills are falling in place for the side of Shredded. The collapse happens, and they're in the hill now. There's only 1 more player up top there. He's fighting up in the top, and that's Solo. They know he's there, but the vortex is gonna come through, and that's gonna clear out Solo, and there's the break for Shredded.
Yep, there's the break for Shredded. They're gonna have the hill. They're gonna need it much needed though. Big operators invested. Dirty going to burn one as soon as he even pops it. He's toasted. I don't know if he's going to get that puppy back. Certainly not. Zai. Now the next person onto the hill looking for the break here. It's Scott who's got the Annihilator looking for the cross. Going to get some indicators. Not going to be able to see anybody in the smoke. Perfectly placed. And the hit is coming from the top ropes. Big interaction there. Nerdy stands his ground. But Zai there to get the big cleanup. As he does find one there on the bottom side. Scott is there for the collapse though. And just like that, the retake right back on point, making this a much more manageable game. You're looking at maybe a 40-point deficit, maybe a 50-point deficit, I'm sorry, in comparison to what could have been. I mean, you could have caught it there. What, 38 points is all they had? Rolling into P4. Really, really good bounce back there on the P4 adjustment. So, close game, 112-69. Advantage still in the hands Seminole, but we've already made our predictions. We said this team was going to look good this season in particular. And so far, they're making it look good here in the first set of hills.
I mean, the game, you just be so surprised that the score is this close, and you really open up the scoreboard and you just kind of look at it. It's a tale of 2 different kinds of teams, just consistency across the board for the side of Shredded, everybody kind of contributing on an equal level. And then you look at Jez, 21-5. I mean, he has had an absolutely electric start to the season. Now he's in the middle of the map, truly playing that flex position, knocking down the anchor spot on that statue, but he's going to get taken out by Tsunami, and Shredded are fighting back.
All right, we'll see how much they can strike back now. Scott, 1 shot on the side of the tractor. I don't know how big of a gunfight this is. Obviously, you got a little bit of map control if you get that sight, but he's going to lose it. 3 spawn all the way on the opposite side of the hill. And look at this one. This is a long, intrepid rotation. JustBot cannot play his life. R9 not going to be favorable at that distance, and that's going to lead us to our first listed. We're going to go ahead and dive in. The advantage is holding strong here for the boys over at Seminole, and the spawns are favoring them too. Let's see how this big gunfight goes. And Tsunami, oh my god, able to find 1 and takes down Jez, but that is going to be the opening advantage in favor of the boys over at Seminole. Let's go ahead and dive in to see how those comms sound.
He's just sitting there, not trying to push it.
Secret shotgun.
I'm popping my fire.
One pushing out gas. You guys on there.
Oh, we're about hill dead.
Arm, hey, bro.
Hill, 1 gas, 1 granny.
Hey, bro's flash.
Nice.
Hey, bro, dead.
Worry about your top.
Nothing track there. Watch bunch of boxes.
Stop, what's behind me?
Right now. That dude.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
On gas.
Top
with the shorty.
Make sure we stack this hill as a group up. Yo, Deli already. Yeah, CT, 1 shot, Apple CT.
One blue.
I got your hop up.
One deli.
I'll play middle.
I got your deep. I'm going to
That's fine.
Okay, comms there. You can see they saddle up. They set up for new. The shorty up top. Scott absolutely coming through in the clutch. This was still a very, very close battle. Now 30 points separate the two. Big mid map gunfights being won, or should I say knife fight. Solo absolutely playing a demon role inside of the middle of the map, cutting it in half.
I go back to the same thing that I said on the previous time we had to listen in with Seminole. It's just uninspired. It's dead. It sounds like It just sounds like they don't want to be here. It sounds like they don't want to win the game. I guarantee you right now, if we were to go into a listening with the other team, they would be popping the hell off, screaming, just trying their best to win. And then you kind of flip it over into Seminole. It's like so much more talent, so much more experience. And just like the energy of it is definitely not there. And I genuinely do believe that that's going to be a problem for them as the season kind of progresses. But for the time being, they are in the lead right now. I guess you don't need energy when you can absolutely just fry on the map. Jez is 32-12. Bryson, he's doing the job right now. He's 22-16 as well. And they have a 100-point lead. Now with an opportunity to break, the big Annihilator is going to come through. But Scott, you got to hit the shots on the statue. They're getting collapsed on. Here comes the front push from the boxes. Can they get the kills to go? There goes the Tac 5, but it's not going to happen. A full operator wave of investments here coming over for the side of Shredded. There goes the Claw, the Annihilator, and the Purifier. All that just to hold on to the point. And I can't help but agree as well. You're in a position where you really need to get all of this time if you're Shredded.
Yeah, you are indeed. Now we're going to try and get all the time too. We're going to go and dive in. We did a chance of listening with Seminole. Let's go ahead and see the boys over Tourette's Town.
Hey, listen, I'm one off my bed. I'm one off my bed. Hey, choke my bed. Choke my bed. Listen, they're gonna push out.
One of them is mad low. One of them is mad low.
Where they at? Where they at? Farm. Listen, one farm. Cartel's farm. Cartel's farm. He's low. He's low. He's low. One on the bridge. One on the bridge. Guys, listen. There's another one. Box side. Bridge. He breaded me. Good attack.
Broken dead.
Listen, I got your boxes. One boxes.
Red car dead.
Boxes. One shot. Two boxes. Dead. One more boxes. I don't see broken. There's still one box. Watch out.
Two market. Be careful.
Broken dead.
Mystery low.
All right, certainly electric in that voice comm. You can see it's 9-day performances, but you look at scorecard, it's 9 days. Well, now 10 points is all that is needed here for the boys over at Seminole. Solo popping there with the Purifier. Could very much end it. 5 seconds, all that takes. Nerdy trying to get onto the front line to contest. Not going to be there in game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Not a photo finish. It was very much so not that close towards the second half. 250 to 149. Shredded not putting their A game up front. Seminole. Comms not necessarily there. It don't matter. Win's a win. They take the bag.
Damn it. And you know what I love about the Shredded team, what I love about Nerdy and what I love about Legacy and what I love about these guys specifically when they're playing together is like what they don't have in star-studded talent. Quite honestly, we just have to call it what it is. They're going to play the vast majority of teams in North America in this season, and they're probably going to be projected to struggle a little bit when you're going up against the teams like LG. You don't have a Tectonic on your team. You don't have a Jez on your team if you're Seminole. You don't have even a Raballo or even a Space on your team for Truly. You don't have a Kings, or you don't have these kinds of guys from the upper echelon teams. And then you even look at the LATAM teams. Like what they lack in star-studded talent, they make up for in energy, and you have to play these guys start to finish. Because if you take your foot off of the gas for even just a moment, they can sneakily get back into the game and make things complicated for you. But you know, a map win is a map win. We'll take it at face value. But man, like I can't get away from this points. Like it sounds dead, and I need to see it against one of the kind of like contending teams. I need to see it against Truly. I need to see it again against Simplicity. I need to see it against LG when we kind of go into those kinds of listen-ins. Does this team wake up, and do they actually rise up to the occasion instead of kind of playing down to these kind of teams?
We'll have to see. Obviously, we got the chance to listen in with LG and Seminole on Thursday as well. The comms there for LG last week, I think they were in the blender last night when I watched that series against them, face off against each other. They were electric, but then there was one call. I was like, they were playing Control on Slums. Yeah. And the call out was Cafe that they had made between each other. And, at one point, Tech was like, do you guys even know what Cafe is? What are we doing right now? I'm just like scratching my head. So, there are times where you're certainly going to have like ferocious comms, or you're going to have times where things are just like, hey, I got to go on autopilot mode. I'm going to give call outs, but don't expect too much more outside of that, right? When you're sweating against the best of the best, those are different times. But comm listen-ins we've been very skeptical. Twice in a row we've seen it. I don't want to call them Debbie Downers, but boys do not sound excited to
That's
play
what
together.
It sounds like. It sounds dead. It's just like, we're on a team together. We were playing these guys, whatever. But like the worst, I was about to drop a bomb there, but like the worst thing ever would be like, well, what if that happens, and then a team like this takes the map off of you?
Yeah,
And then you're down 5 points. LGDQ is a map. LGDQ is a map. Like, who knows long term what that's going to look like, because we've seen seasons before come down to tiebreakers, like 3-4-way tiebreakers for 2 seeds, and it really makes a difference if you're absolutely performing at that pinnacle level all the time and communicating at that level all the time. You don't want to drop a map to a team like this.
No.
No offense to Shredded, but they're not in their category right now. So Shredded has nothing to lose, and they have almost everything in a match like this to lose.
Well, there we go. We're going to get geared up for it. Game number 2 is about to start. It is going to be a Shredded selected map. As if you missed the best of 3 unfold, we are heading over to Raid for a little bit of Search and Destroy, ladies and gentlemen. Could be the last one of this series. We'll have to find out now, as we're going to go ahead and queue into it now. Solo, go ahead and ready that green check mark up, buddy. There's not a troll loadout in the world that you could pop off here that we would not anticipate coming to this one. And that's no disrespect to the boys over at Shred. As you mentioned, we are not in the same category. It's not the same league. We're playing in a group play scenario, but do not concern yourself with this one, man. This is certainly us being just better in the moment. And that hardpoint was a clear example of it. The gunfights were on point. Everything pointed towards the Seminole team being much better. But again, this is a map that Shredded selected. I'm looking for a little bit of upset season, Zim.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Shredded almost. I don't actually recall them playing a different S&D. I think every time we've seen these guys play Search, it has been on Raid, and we've seen it with like varying scales of success. Right, that last time that we saw them was like, "What are you guys doing?" It was kind of like one of the funny ones on the opener. Bobby was like, "This is maybe the funniest S&D like kind of all time," and then they switched over to that. What was it? The defensive side.
The defensive
and then
side,
they started to kind of figure things out. But we saw from that opener, their debut in the season, when they played offense, it was absolutely terrible. And you weren't playing against Seminole then. Now you're playing against Seminole again, and you're on offense again on Raid. So your target round, I mean, you got to get 2 at least, right? And then you maybe go into your defense and try to see if you can piece things together. But if anything, if this map looks anything like it did in the debut, it could be a struggle very early.
Okay, we're just waiting for one player. Obviously, we didn't have to make a mention of it because it wasn't relevant, but we did have a player who was on the losing team who actually had an item that was still on cooldown for obvious reasons. You know, sometimes these skins make it through, and there are certain glitches that won't allow you to, to actually be able to, who knows, see them for any point. But there's a cooldown period for a reason. So this item has not made it off since. It's still got a little bit of time. I think the 20th is when that time actually expires. But nonetheless, here we are. It is certainly sunny here. I hope you packed your sunglasses. It's about to get bright and shiny. These first 6 rounds are going to be a knockout, though. We'll see if the side of Shredded can learn from mistakes of past, though. Because you cannot start off on the wrong foot here against the Seminole team. They will devour you. And we'll see how this first round goes for them.
So far, so good. I like the balanced approach. It's slow. You want to try to figure out what that team is doing. But here, as I say it, the bomb is going to go in the middle of the map. Don't know how I feel about that. And Scott's going to get caught right there in the zig. Early 4v5 for Seminole. And a screeching halt here on the pool. Priority for the side of Seminole as well. Cartel's in that middle position. You know exactly where Shredded is. Cartel's is in the playmaker spot. There goes Tsunami. He's going to get a pick onto Solo. That's a big one. That's the voice of the team. Another important gunfight here. It's going to be Jussa. And the man advantage now for Shredded.
A man advantage for Shredded indeed. Now let's see if they can continue to capitalize. Jez in a prime position. I think he's already been called out, though. He is just laid prone. Nobody here to see. Don't contest me. I am nowhere in sight. I don't know how these guys aren't seeing him. He is certainly in a plot full of roses. Maybe some lilies. Oh, I think he might have just pulled off a hit of a lifetime. There it goes. He's going to be able to find one M16 in hand, but he's the last man alive now as the player on the opposite side of the board is going to be taken out. 1v3 here for the Gods. Bomb is going to go down. Well, 40 seconds left to go on the clock. He's got to make a hit. We'll see if anybody challenges him 1-for-1. Obviously, those 2 players stacked up on the site. He is going to have to make a move. Let's see if he can pick up a sniper and make something happen.
If anybody can do it, it's Jez. He's gonna knock the guy off the heady. That's a, golly, that's a pixel.
God, yeah.
And he hits it right off the top. There's the dome piece there, but Legacy, he knows. Slow and steady wins the race. He's gonna get right back onto where his teammate died. Don't know how I feel about that. Just lay down next to the bomb site. You've got a couple seconds left before Jez, unfortunately, is not able to get the clutch off. But I mean, hey, good round there for Shreddit. And really you gotta kind of tip the cap there to Jussa, kind of getting loose in the middle of the map there, getting slippery and opening it up with a flank kill and a first blood. So that's very, very good there for the side of Shreddit. Now another push here for the side. Shreddit in the pool. Here comes an early peek now. That's going to be Scott taking an engagement onto Cartels in the middle of the map, and Zai's going to convert another one, but he'll get traded. And it's a 3v4 now.
Yeah, it is. Look at this bomb garrison. About to get absolutely destroyed. No, he's not, actually. He's on the prowl. He's looking for more. Player advantage still in the hands of Seminole now as we'll try to slow it down a bit. You've got one on side of the pool bar and justified. Yes. Man, Jez actually able to absolutely abuse Legacy, though. Gonna find that second shot there and take him down. So 2 for 2. Now it's 2v2 ensues. You got Sen rolling in the back end. It's a 2v3, my bad. 1v3 now as I see another player just drop there and things get absolutely escalate quickly. Legacy left all to his lonesome. Bomb in his hand. That's about the only thing he's got going for him. Other than that, finding that first shot there on the player he caught off guard on the mid side approach. 2 players left standing on the flip side. Things Solo and Cartels. Last known location right here on the pool bar steps. Nobody home here, so Legacy able to dip out of sight for the time being, but he's got to make a play. 40 seconds left to go. He's got to get this bomb plant down. Both players making the rotation through the middle of the map. They are looking to cut him in half as soon as they see him. Let's see if Legacy can get some good COD timing. Both players literally in the middle of the map, just waiting for one wrong move. And Legacy is like, hey, you know what? I'm going to pick this A site. I love the read. Let's see if he can capitalize on it.
Got a clean plant here. Legacy, once upon a time, many, many years ago, used to be the best player in, I believe it was Standoff, or no, it was Modern Combat. So he was playing a bomb defuse game, and he's very, very familiar with being in these kinds of positions. He'll find one. There goes the slide onto Cartels, but he won't be able to trade the next player. It's going to be Solo, and he'll win the round there. 1-1 now. Tie game for both of these teams. But, I mean, you know, going back to the start, I feel like you've kind of found something a little bit that worked for you at the start there for Shredder. You kind of got wide. You looked at all the lanes. You played a guy into maybe like your van, making sure nobody was flanking your driveway. You had a guy in that zig area, making sure that Seminole wasn't pushing through. And then you came to like a halt in that pool, and you let Seminole make that first move. Then they go into that second round, and they don't play it that way. Boom, you lose the game. So now a little bit of a change up here, going right back to that idea. Wide flank is managed, and here goes that zig as well. That's the position that Jusabot was very, very confident in. Let's put the opportunity into the hands of Seminole and make them make a decision here. Here goes the bomb again in the middle of the map. I don't know how I like this. Legacy's looking for information. He's not going to find anything. Yeah, look at Solo. He's in the bar.
Oh, man.
He's got the sniper.
Oh, no.
He's not going to be able to hit the shot. The Tsunami hear him. Dangerous position for Solo, but the rotation's going to come through for Seminole, and he might get caught out.
Oh, I'm about to say, Solo, if you don't get this kill, bro, I might sling my my mouse. Look at him. He's done the deed. He's back, and 3 players instantly drop this round. Flip it on its head real quick. Nerdy. Last player left alive as Scott gets dropped. From the backside is Jez. He's going to be able to finish him off in a 2-1 lead. Back in the hands of the boys over at Seminole. A little bit of a rocky start in that first round. Well, I wouldn't say it was a rocky start. It was just a much better acclimated round for the side of Shreddit. They have not been very well adjusted in these next 2. Hence why they are down. So let's see if they can pick up the pieces. Solo now opting to make a little bit of an aggressive push. Not over towards the A site. This time it's B as he shut down. Bryson able to get the trade, though, as he finds his first kill. Bomb has made its way over to the B site. Ring has been compromised. Both players are going to drop back here onto the backside of Laundry, and Zai absolutely peeling.
He's got a flank here, Jussa.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, but it's sniffed out. Rin, or Sin, whatever the hell his name is. Cartels, you got to stop changing your name, bro.
Oh, Legacy. Come on, you get spit on. Like, Jez had absolutely no business winning that gunfight on that staircase there. Legacy had like 6 shots on him. Still wasn't able to convert the kill. Yeah, and just about as well. You had a double pinch in the middle of the map. those are the plays you gotta convert if you are in a position to get a nice flank off like that. And we're looking at Scott. Scott's sitting at 0-4. We don't see this typically from him too often. For another strange round here for the side of Shredded. Solo's gonna get caught out, pushing the red completely by himself. Total isolation. He's got that shotgun, and it's just not gonna work out. It's gonna get picked up now by Nerdy. A little bit of rearranging there for the primaries, but now Legacy in the middle of the map here. Sin is going to peek the corner. Who's going to win that? It's going to be Cartels. Now it's a 4 versus 4 for mid control in hands of Seminole. And a poolside rotation coming through for Shredded.
Oh, man.
I don't think they see Zai. Zai's going to hit the slide.
Yo, look at it. He's just aggressive too, man. Yeah, oh my God, Zai. Absolutely clinical. Last player's made it right behind you, but he cannot escape either. Reads him like a book. There it is. You want a shot, homie? I got one. It's just one you need.
5? That's 4 or 5. How many on the rod for Zai?
Look, bro, I don't think I've ever seen anybody serve firewater like that, bro. It was an absolute monster inside of the bar site. 4 there for Zai as he goes absolutely crazy. And this one, again, looking like a copy pasta from last Thursday, Shredded. Digging themselves a hole early, but I don't think they're going to be able to dig themselves out of this one quite yet, even with a side flip. Right now, it's looking like it might be a 5-1. First blood's come through. 2 is down. Make it 3. Nerdy there to find the trade. Finally, Bryson, he has done damage. He's put in work. Jez trying to pick up pieces where he left off. And look, he's in a prime position. They are circling him. Legacy, oh my God, actually wins that gunfight. Did not anticipate that one. Nerdy actually wins one as well. And hold on. Solo's tucking his tails. He's heading for the hills. He's the fastest kid alive, bro. He's got the deagle in hand. Love to see another moment, but these two in Legacy and Nerdy might be able to clutch this round. A bomb is going to go down to B. Nerdy's on an all-out manhunt, and I'm not a huge fan of this this read. I don't like the aggression here. Not needed in this situation.
For Nerdy in the middle of the map there?
Yeah, man, look at it. Look,
yeah, you got to close the distance there with your teammate.
Yeah, and then not only that, man, you drop your non-tradable. Solo.
Right.
Finally making the transition in the COD timing, going to favor the side of... Yeah, he sees one, but the COD time is going to be there for Nerdy. Might not be the best case. Oh my God, Nerdy. Don't you choke these guns. Look, play time. Play time. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Oh, don't do it. This is illegal. Surely. Oh my God, Nerdy.
Oh, he doesn't win. It doesn't matter.
Oh, thank God.
Look. Round of applause. Solo says, you know what? I tip your valiant effort. You get a round in your hand, and you also get a kill under your belt. 4-2. The exact same scenario that we saw from Thursday night. Shred it. You know what they're doing on the defense? That one. If that one goes in favor of Seminole, this one's over with. I don't think we see a fighting chance. I don't care how flawless you are. A team like Seminole is just going to find a way to best you at any given cost. Opening blood. Scott opening up with first. Make it 2 there for Justified as he finds the second. And lo and behold, the defense is the saving grace here for Shredded here in this Search Destroy.
It was the same as last time, except last time they lost 5 rounds on that offensive side. This time, only 4. So maybe that little bit of cushion is what they needed, and they get on defense. They make a confident stand on that pool side. They're able to terminate the Seminole wave there. And, you know, that's pretty good because that's probably the most accessible side for the side of Seminole. It's the easiest to kind of get onto and set up your utility, set up your team wave. They're going to go right back to it and challenge to say, hey, that round was a fluke. We'll see if we can actually try to do it again now. The smoke is going to come through. Here comes the transition, but Justinbot's going to hop into the smoke and try to cleanse up here for a first blood. Now he's behind everybody. Bryson's going to have to make a play. In the Bard, he does, and that's an incredibly important kill. Now the mid stairs is going to come through, but it's gate kept by Zai. He's got the DLQ in hand now. The rotation's in the money window. So far, so good. Everything is as it needs to be.
Up there it is. God damn, Solo, what was that? He continued to body shoot Legacy after he got him down. And surely enough, Nerdy just walks into the site and gets absolutely blown away in kitchen. Big bounce back there, much needed. It was a fluke. First round, no, it wasn't a fluke. It was a great play there from Shredded. We'll see if a bounce back here is on the horizon now as we see a little bit of an AFK Jez in the picture. He's your bomb carrier for the time being. And a little bit of a aggressive. Look at Scott. Oh boy, Scott, no. Don't let Jez come back in time. Just peek it. Just peek it. Freebie. There it goes. 2 down instantly. We know where that player is, though. And Scott, he has got to get
And
out
surely
of
he's
dodge.
on the bomb too. That's why he's doing this.
Yeah. Oh,
He sees the bomb.
absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's stuck now in the garage. He knows exactly where the bomb is. So surely as soon as oh no, but he doesn't know that Solo's flanking him right now. And this is super unfortunate.
Oh my God.
Solo, what? He's playing with him. Don't play with your food now. Oh, he shoots. He disrespects him. Shoots the trophy directly in front of him, and he's not going to be able to.
There's no way. There's no way we just caught that. We just caught that. Sorry, Scott. You didn't deserve that one. Solo, you've been a very naughty boy here in this game. Very, very naughty indeed. Now, big kill is needed out of the boy over at Tsunami. Gets the 2-piece. He's just better. Solo, shenanigans or not, you have been absolutely clutch. Can you find this one? Not happening. Nerdy shuts him down. Bridge being gapped there. 5-4. Still leaving favor Seminole, but shredded. They are very much so in this search or destroy.
I mean, hey, his Tsunami kind of caught him lacking on the front. They were all looking money, like mid-stairs. He slides out, gets a 2-piece. Second guy's completely asleep at the wheel, and he converts it. Then Nerdy easy pitch and catch there for the flank. Here comes Scott, another coin flip here. Important engagement potentially in the middle of the map, just inches away from each other. But now Cartels is directly over him. He won't see him. And Scott's going to go down for first blood. Now Nerdy's going to have a chance, but he sees the laser. No, he doesn't see the laser. Cartels is going to get the turn on. Potentially now Nerdy has to run away. Zai is going to go in for the follow, but he'll get caught. Now it's a 1 versus 5 position. That was very, very strange for Shreddit.
Strange is one word. So, like I said, you've been a very naughty boy, bro. And I'm just now seeing chat. Chat is cool. Absolutely. 8. We'll just say 8-ish. Bomb's going to be planted. 3 players left standing. Just spot is for the ace. This is for the round. And obviously, this is to tie us up. Obviously, we're going to see map point if it does not go your way. 30 seconds left to go on the clock before that bomb goes boom! And then everybody blows up. You got to take down 3 before you do get that defuse. And surely enough, you have not found very much success making this mid-wrap cut. Matter of fact, Bryson spots you, and there it goes to the heady. Dropped. Match point here. Could be our last round here in the search to destroy. Shredded. Certainly. Still in this one. But as the rounds progress, we just kind of see exploiting after disgusting behaviors. Solo's free kill on Scott's side of the garage. We'll let that one slide, but they've just been... That's basically what they've been doing in the search to destroy. Like, what can we get away with? And they've done it consistently.
Apparently everything. Solo just runs down the middle of the map. He's got 13. He's going to get 2 in the kitchen. And what can you not do? Tsunami catches him with a sniper, but now just on the flank. He's flanking the flank. Here it goes. Can he find Solo? He's going to catch him there. That's 1 to go. Now Zai in the spawn with the DLQ. He's going to expose his position. And now certainly the collapse is going to come out. The bomb is planted on the other side of the map, but it's Jez and Zai, the dynamic Seminole duo. Here comes the QQ9, and it won't make a difference. Nerdy will catch him on the outside, but Zai is going to catch one to trade. And he's got the bomb down. 25 seconds left. He's only got to hold on for a little longer, maybe hit a shot, but Just has got it. And that's a round win for Shreddit. They're still in it. Maybe get another round here in OT. Anything can happen.
Hey, OT. We're here for it. Got to show me what you're worth, though. Show us what you've got. Shred it. Right now, Seminole has danced circles around you. I mean, that was not your normal, bomb goes down, we get a post plan set up. That was basically, Seminole doing what the hell they want and almost getting away with it. That's the case here now. Let's make a break. Shred it. Got to hold on for dear life. It's a full send. We're going to the pool, boys. Put your sunscreen on. Here comes the first hit. Lick is done. Oh! Just about, even though he is stunned, able to win the first, but quickly there to get the trade is Cartels. No foul. D's going to be unnoticed here in this one. 1 for 1, though. Bomb plant down now. It's the 4v4 hit retake. Big gunfight needed here for Sen, who Cartels cannot win it. Nerdy does. The boys over at Seminole are getting swarmed. Look at this. The pull hit is coming through. Jazz wins 1 with the MP5. They've got to hold on for dear life. Here comes the front door push. Nerdy gets dropped. That's a 2-piece for Jazz with the MP5s, making it look viable. Scott now in Legacy. Need to go hammer. Legacy finds one. Scott there for the trade. He's not. Bryson is him, ladies and gentlemen. This one is done. 7-5 victory for Seminole. They hang on for dear life after getting that post plant set up, and a much better round for them. Ultimately, a 2-0 sweep of the series as well. So, valiant effort for the boys over at Shred. Just not enough to get the job done.
I'm not sure, just from how they were playing, they were never really scared of losing this map, so that's, I suppose, good. They were able to turn it on in the end, hit a proper push, but it looked scary there even then. They didn't have backside protection at all, so it was just complete opportunity there for Shredder on all sides to swallow the point. Just weren't able to get the kills on the front side of things. Cost them the round, cost them the series, and there goes a 2-0. For the side of Seminole, we covered it right before the series started, and we looked at the maps and we were like, these are common maps. A team like Seminole that's built to play like this is going to walk away dominantly in this kind of series. No cheese, you know, there's no summit S&D, there's no like, there's no takeoff control, there's no like whatever weird wonky hardpoint people are playing these days. It's just straight up me versus you. These are good maps. Who comes out on top? And team with experience came out on top. So a golf clap there for Seminole. They're able to get the win, the 2-0 and the 20 points. And some storylines, some things that I think we need to watch out for. Can this kind of thing sustain? Like, can they continue to have this kind of energy against teams like this and you know, be successful in the playoffs when you're playing against what's seemingly a really good team in every single round? Who knows? But good start for them.
Great start for them indeed. Now they are flawless. They've yet to drop a map, and more importantly, they have not gotten a DQ because of some unforeseen situations or something that they just didn't account for. We're going to account for this one now as the 2-0 sweep comes through. That brings us to a halt on our first series of the night. We're going to get geared up for our second one. It's LG and Demise. They are set to square off here in a moment, but before we do that, we're going to take a moment to thank our sponsors. You hear from them, a word from Gorilla, followed by a word from Call of Duty Mobile. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with all of the action. So we'll see you shortly. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for our second series at hand. We've got Demise, we've got Luminosity, we got a best of 3 ready to roll on out now as Demise getting into the ring with some of the big boys early on in the season. I don't think they played on Tuesday or Thursday night. I have to go back and check.
They did.
All this. They did?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, they did. They played against. Oh yeah, they played against Seminole. Damn, they're just knocking out all the hard ones off the rip. Yeah, they're definitely. Yeah, straight up. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just get these guys, over, and dusted and get it out of the way. Obviously, Thursday was a long time ago. No, it wasn't too long ago, but it was long enough to go where I had to go back and look at the sheet and played very, very huge factor. So we're gonna get geared up for it. Try to get these hard knocks out of the way early on. This Truly team, or this not Truly team, this LG team, they've had some hard knocks too, man. They're coming off the backs of playing Seminole last night and taking a 2-1 L. Again, this is not the same Seminole or the same LG roster that we saw in the Latin Mobile Mayhem. This is the same one that we saw on Thursday, so this is the one that we will stand by for the time being. CJ, Vague, Envy, Ban, and Marshy. And on the bottom side of the screen, we got boys over at Demise. It's Clashy Claps, Bright, Aries, and Corbin. What are the odds that they take a map off of LG?
I want to lie and say that there's a chance, but again, with these two teams, I'm never going to pick against them when they're playing against a team that's not in the top 4. In my opinion, the only teams that can take a map off of LG or Seminole right now that exist in the league, as far as North America is concerned, is Truly on a good day and Simplicity, because we've seen them in scrims taking maps off of them. So a team like this, I just don't know. And not just that, they lost their best player, in my opinion. Eslug's now not on this team. Eslug goes to Devious, and he's not on Demise anymore. So when we watched them play this exact map against Seminole in the previous matchup, they actually looked pretty good up until that garage, and then everything kind of fell apart and they just never got back into the game. But you remember certainly that point where after that P2 they were in the lead a little bit. It was like 50 something points to like 30 or something like that. They had that transition to the garage, the tragic Annie came out, he hit a couple shots, he missed it, they broke it, and then it was just chain 4, chain 60, chain 60, chain 60, and they never figured out how to recover. So that'll be interesting for me. They showed the ability to kind of slug punches in that P1, P2, but then those rotations, the really core rotations, that 3 to 4, that garage to that basketball, it just wasn't up to par. So we'll have to see.
We'll have to see now, as we are going to get ready, as Zim had already mentioned it. We're heading over to Raid for a little bit of Hardpoint, followed up by a, old classic here for LG. This is their like go-to map. It's slums. It's search and destroy. If we didn't get a ban on this map, there had to have been a reason for it. Well, the rosters completely changed, but that core like driving factor has to be washy in search and destroy on this map, or even banned, or it could be envy. But those 3 core players still play it today, so that could still be their best map in search and destroy. We'll just say it is. They're great at a lot of maps, but that one in particular stands out to many amongst us. If it does manage to go to a game 3, if they do manage to troll their pants off, we will see another control. This time around, it is going to be standoff. Summit and firing range off the tables for this matchup. What are the opportunities we see at game 3 here? As we mentioned it earlier, it's probably going to be on the backs of a DQ, right?
Right. Look at the S&D. It doesn't get any easier. LG's best S&D map last year, in a lot of people's mind, was slums. Like, I know that this isn't exactly LG from last season, but you got 3 of the 4 guys. You got 3 of the 5 guys. And Marshy, he's played with Envy and Band before on that tribe roster back in 2021, so they're very familiar with each other and how to play, and obviously all of these guys are top tier pros. If you don't win the first map, you're not winning the S&D against this team on their prime pick. So we'll have to see how the opener goes, but a first blood there for Bright. He's gonna get 2, and the majority again. It just looks like this team has a really nice little knack for getting a couple kills early on that P1. They did it against Seminole as well. We'll have to see if this success can actually sustain.
We'll see if it can seep over. Right now, a little bit of kills going across the board there for Washi and Envy. Let's see if they can get in the mix. Vake, he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. Nonetheless, it's going to be a nade shot, takes him down. Bright, from halfway across the map, not even sure where he was at. The opposite side of Laundry. Nonetheless, Break not looking like it's going to come through. I think they got 39 off of P1 to go against Seminole. Right now, it looks like they might be on for a little bit better of a picture-perfect scenario. As we can see, transition over to P2, Kitch side. You can already see the rotations being cut in half. The boys over at LG, they do not want anything to do with that P1 side. As a matter of fact, they want all of this backside spawn. They're looking to Marshy to go ahead and break it open.
We've seen this before, right? We saw a wicked successful P1 against Seminole, and we were like, damn. And then they went to the garage, and the kitchen, and they did well, and we were like, damn. And then we got to that transition. It's still so young, and we're still to see if this game can kind of go in that direction. But a 40-point lead for the side of Demise right now, and that's really, really good. Unfortunately, their transition to the kitchen gets broken on the first opportunity by LG, and now they're getting held on the map. And all of that time you got on the P1, there's a price to pay for losing the transition on P2, and that's a full 60 if you're LG. You gotta stop the bleeding if you're Demise, and make sure that this is your last wave. You need to rotate, and again, we've seen this before. So can they set up this rotation on the garage against another one of North America's finest teams and actually hold it this time? We're gonna get the opportunity. Here goes Bright. First person in the lead right now for LG. First opportunity, first crack at it to get a kill and flip. You got 13 seconds of bonus time. Here comes the Pred. They're looking for a first blood. If they get one, it will spawn out. There goes Clashy for another 7 seconds. He's going to spawn cross map. And there goes the break, exactly as it happened against Seminole in that opening matchup. The first wave goes flawlessly for LG. The tack gets invested, and now it's downhill for here.
Yep, tack 5 pop. A lot invested here on this break. Surely it pays dividends. 60 to 47, and just going to continue to get worse. Look how far these boys have to go just to get slayed out by one player in Envy and CJ. 2-piece there for Envy. as he's starting to click now here on all cylinders. There he's trying to get a little cheeky, but it is going to get shut down and see a blue right back on the left-hand side of your screen. They might not be making a long transition, but they are certainly funneling right into the holger of Vague, who is just not missing. There goes his second Preddy of the game. He's going to catch 2, no, just 1 this time around. And 5 in the feed there. The man is going absolutely crazy. Claw pop there for Envy. CJ got the Annihilator pops as well. Man, this one is looking like exactly the same way the first game we saw them play against Seminole on Thursday night. Exactly the same way.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's from here, like, you get 60'd on Garage on a hill you're set up from, and then that wasn't even the problem. The problem was they got chained into basketball as well. And now, again, identical position. You lose your flawless setup on the Garage. You get first blooded. You get chained now into the basketball. And here comes. Now, if you don't convert this TAC 5 and this Annihilator, the game will end. Here comes the break. LG is in the hill.
Damn.
Now it's Vague with the Purifier. He's going to get the conversion to go through. And just for the time being, Demise is not in position, but Marshy's up top. He spawn trapping. He's going to get 2. There goes a third with the grenade. And now it's free real estate for the side of LG. You got a tiny little staircase there. You're going to funnel that with operators. The backside is protected. There goes Marshy on that head glitch in the back, and he's a kill off attack 5. LG will have a response as well. Let's highlight that as well. Vague previously had the attack 5, but now Marshy running that little bit of a main AR action, highlighting that flexibility that he has. A little bit of attack 5, a little bit of overclock as well, showing that Marshy can do it all too. But I mean, here, a chain 60 into the 3 and 4. Demise has to stop the bleeding somewhere.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, is it better looking here for the P5? Ari's going to go ahead and pop the Vortex. Absolutely not Vertic and Zemse. A little bit of a clean sweep across the board. My God. Things look like they were going to get bright rolling into P4. TAC 5 was perfectly popped, and then Vague was the last man standing, and Lord, does he cause a lot of mayhem and a lot of devastation here. Ultimately, the demise for this team is Raid. Hardpoint, not necessarily fan. Break does come through. We are going to see a little bit of sign of life, but it's going to be ultimately back in the hands of LG as they are just crushing them up, man. CJ can't win anymore. He's going to get taken down. Hill is going to be occupied for the time being. It may be yours for now, but surely enough, LG will find a way to get back onto it. So Corbin needs to do a great job of playing his life. Not able to stay alive for more than 10 seconds. Same as Ari's. And into the blender they go. A raid map absolutely getting chained. One map to another. It doesn't matter. 1 point to another. We're going to go ahead and jump in. Let's see how those comms sound. LG are absolutely letting them have it. Let's see if they can close it out here on a P1 setup here on the reset.
Otter dead.
I got timered.
Yo, Ben, your kitty's going to go to shit. Hey, Verdict.
Swap making me, bro.
Hey. Hey, Zim.
Yo, yeah. Move in.
Hi, Zim. Hey.
There's a Holger.
Hey, Vague.
I'm baiting you, bro.
Hey. I got 1. Oh, that's laundry.
Not bad. You
Push up. One right side.
He's going. One more. He's in there. Outer now.
Topology.
I'm on
UL.
Enter.
Ogre. UL. What the hell?
Alright, those boys were sure excited to hear our voices. We didn't say anything, but they were saying hello the whole entire time. Vague. Boys, they just like to have a good time. They get the break here on P1 to go along with it. And, I mean, what little hope was, hanging on this P1 reset kind of left the window, I guess. I don't know. This raid is just a massacre at the time being.
Yeah. Well, the good thing here for Demise is that if you can stop the bleeding here and get 40 some points on the kitchen and then actually convert it, get a 60 on Garage, before you know it, that's 100 points. It's 214 to 88. You're right back in the game, but it has to start here. Here comes the Purifier and the Annihilator investment.
Yikes.
For the side of Demise. The money window is in a position to strike a little bit, but Band is one shot in the corner. I don't think that they know exactly where he is. Is he going to convert a kill? He is, but this is not allowed. Band was in the corner with no life, and he actually is able to convert 3 kills, and oh my God, put the clip in it. That's it. There goes Demise's chances at maybe coming back. He's gonna feel himself and chow the money heady as well. And oh my God, at this point the LG is just doing whatever they want. There goes the Purifier on the entry, and it's just not gonna work. Game's not quite over yet, but you feel like it is. LG has the priority now to rotate at any point in time if they wish to. The Garage surely the game will end soon.
Yeah, 15 seconds is all they needed. LG making true to their name. They are locked and loaded here for this series. Comms may not be, but hey, we'll give them a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. Pretty, just for the memes. Yikes, that's tough. I saw that clash sheet, but there's no way you don't curve that bullet just a little further over to the left. Unless rookie mistakes. Looks like we've seen a lot of them here in this matchup so far. We'll see if they can repair themselves now as this one's said and done. It's toasted. It is over with. No chance in HE double hockey 6 we see his comeback. Well, let's see if they can lead charge. Bright looking to make a game-changing performance here. Pulls out the claw, finds 2. The break is in. 9 seconds still needed here for LG. Bright dumps all of his bullets out of the claw. It's enough for the break, and that is A-okay with the boys over at the side of Demise, but can they hold on for dear life, Sim?
I mean, for now, they're doing it right now, and they've got the hunter killer to go as well. Claps is in a position. He's on the van. Maybe he can get a kill here, but the flood is going to come through from the gym. And you just got to contest the time if you're clashy. Don't even try to take a gunfight here. Sit in the corner. Ares is doing the right thing. Now the swarm is going to come on the van. But so many LG players are alive, and they're not going to play the position correctly. They're desperate for the time. They push off of the contest to try to knock them off of the van, and it backfires horrendously, and LG walks away with a 250 to 137 victory on Hardpoint raid. That was another one of those maps where like you kind of see a spark of brilliance here on that P1 and that P2 for Demise, specifically on P1. They're really good on P1. It seems like they did it against LG and against Seminole both times on the opener, and then they just can't figure out how to hold their first wave on Garage. I feel like if this team can improve specifically on that, then the game won't get away from you so early, and it won't feel so oppressive.
If you could figure out how to not get chained from P3 to P4, this could be a great map for them. Because they didn't do too bad in P5. No, they didn't look horrible. You know, their first wave in P2, P3 was just, I mean, we get it. Like, you die before that P2 ends, and you're spawning back behind Kitchen. That is so damn far to come back. You're spending 20 seconds just to travel right into a blender and send right back to a respawn. Thankfully, it's a little closer, but that chance just ultimately, you don't stand a chance of making that comeback. There's not a lot of discipline in holding those kill cams. The boys was ready to get back into the action. And I think if you go back and rewatch the VOD, you'll see the times that they got killed and the amount of time it took for them to respawn back in almost instantly. Things like that, little things like that could change. Because you saw the break there onto the garage site. It was a little better. It was a lot cleaner. It did a lot, smoother time frame. You just got to play your life. Don't get chained P3 to P4. That's it. That's all you got to do. Demise. Simple as that.
And I think that you highlighted the biggest detail of that goes over literally everybody's heads. It's not that you died well, yes, you died on your first wave on Garage, but it's when you died, like you said, the timing of it, that they weren't able to hold the kill cams because you can't hold the kill cams. LG knew that they had bonus time in that 13-second range, and if you go back and you watch the VOD, to hold your kill cam to spawn closer to the hill, you've got to be sitting 5 seconds below on the rotation of the hills. LG got the kill at like 7-8 seconds. So even if you do choose to hold your kill cam, you're going to spawn cross map laundry, you're going to spawn cross map basketball, and there's absolutely no hope. LG is going to get the wipe, and you're going to have to travel now all the way across the map. That route takes another 7-8 seconds. Time's already ticking, and LG has all of the time in the world to then prepare that next set of lives, and that's specifically the problem for their hold. When you die is so important. You need to make sure you're not dying prior to your ability to hold the kill cam, otherwise you're absolutely doomed. And then, like you said as well, your second point, don't get chained 3 and 4. Like, if you're spawning on that ring side and you're just absolutely getting slammed on that garage, you got to cut ties and you got to take it through that jungle. You got to take it through that laundry and try to see if you can flip that and get your time back on that garage, or I'm sorry, on that basketball. But they just did neither of those things, and they were punished for it. So very, very tough position for them.
All right, very tough position indeed. Now as we're going to get geared up for it, an even tougher position. It's Search or Destroy this time around. It is on bread and butter for the boys over at LG. They have worked miracles on this map. They have been almost untouchable at times. We'll see if they can continue that same strategy, even though they are missing out on 3. The players that, well, let's say 2 or 3 of the players that we're used to seeing in the mix for them. 2 players, actually, to be exact. We'll see if they can make do with the players at hand now as we're going to get geared up for it. Envy Band, CJ, Vague, and Marshy looking to close this series out in a 2-0. And Zim, I don't know if you quite know it just yet, but I think I might have lost your...
Yeah, hold up. Let me try to figure out how to make that work again. I X'd it out by mistake.
It happens.
I'm typing it into Google and it's not popping up. Very strange.
Yeah, just do a new one and send it to me. Yeah, no worries.
No, hold on.
If you exit out, it's not coming back.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why a link itself is not working.
All right, chat, if you're wondering why it's taking so long to get into game number 2, yet again, we'll go back to our topic number 1 of this pregame. And before we even started, we had to hashtag BLAMEVAGUE. If you see this, go ahead and blame Vague. He needs a moment to himself after telling Band that he was going to get his KD absolutely wrecked. He needs a moment to collect himself so that way he stays on top of the leaderboards here for the KD's department. Obviously, we don't have a way of tracking that just yet. I mean, I could go back and do that, but I'm not. Okay, I want to, but just not going to do it. All right, there we go. We're going to plug Zim back in too. So go ahead and hashtag blame Vague. He is the reason why we are still yet to set sail onto game number 2.
Indeed. So we're going into the slums. Do you think that the roster change? Oh. Boom. Muted it. There we go.
There we go.
All right. So verdict. We're going into the slums. Do you think that adding tribe players, even if it's just 2 of them, kind of changes the dynamic of how they play this map? Or do you think that there's still like overarching like consistency? This team is just they just know how to play this map.
I think the 3 that are left here in Washi and Envy and Ban are very well enough. Yeah, I think you could I think you could literally throw 2 more players in there. It could be anybody, and those 3 would find a way to hold it down.
Mm-hmm.
With that being
I'll be
said,
interested to see like utility on openers and kind of how like that shakes out, because that kind of separates for me the good slums S&D teams and the bad slums teams. Is like, is it just about you throwing flashes at bricks? Because if it's just that, then anybody can do that. But you know, what else? Is there creativity in your route running? Is there creativity in like a different place you nade, a different place you stun, you flash, you smoke, whatever, and see if it kind of shakes out well for them.
I mean, if stuns aren't banned, I'm using stuns, bro. The things are overpowered.
You mean flashes?
But that's flashes. I meant flashes. Yeah,
flashes.
Flashes.
That's getting banned soon, right?
Bro. Yes.
Wait, it's in voting right now?
God, I hope so.
I hope so too. I actually read that.
All right, there we go. Chat is finally starting to get, so that's right. We have a little bit of the delay on, but nonetheless, we're going to get back to the action here momentarily. Blame Vague for a little bit of a pause. He said he needed time. Not sure what it was, but surely enough, we're going to dive right back into it. He is back. It looks like he is green check mark across bottom. Clashy now, just last player left standing. Let's go ahead and spam that start button before things get a little out of hand. Watch this. I'm going to go ahead and call it, chat. We're going to get into this game, and then we're going to double back to the lobby. Just wait. I'm calling it here. It's going to happen. And I think it's going to be Seminole that do it. Or LG that do it.
LG,
God, bro, I've done it, man.
I don't have my Gucci boxing gloves on.
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to try this troll loadout. Can I? Yeah, let's go back, double back. Go ahead. All right, here we go. Could be the last one of this series. LG, they have been flawless here in Search and Destroy on this map, untouchable at times. Let's see if they can continue that same venture now as we get geared up to it. Nobody heading back to the lobby. That's interesting. Does look like we're going to go ahead and commit right off the bat. I'm on board with CJ. He is absolutely going hammer. Clashy's dropped. Almost gets the God tier lineup on another player who almost gets dumpstered, but almost doesn't count here in Search and Destroy. Either do or you don't. That time he gets his butt handed to him. And we got a new little front runner here in slums. It looks like boys and gals over at Demise looking pretty damn good here on it. They got a 3-2 man advantage. Vague and Marshy, the last 2 alive.
I'm going to have to ask you to continue the round because my game crashed.
Claps gets clapped. Vague, last man standing, minute 11 left on the goal on the clock. And look at it, Brighton Corbett, they want the blood. Did not anticipate Vague would actually peek his head out here for the challenge. Does he have a... Does he... There's no... Thank you. He's... Look, Zim, he had a deagle and gloves.
What?
He tried to clutch it with a deagle.
Primary?
Deagle primary. He dropped his CBR. He said, "To hell with it. I want the deagle." And I don't know if he did that by accident, but I think he committed to it and it ultimately failed. So 1-0 lead in favor of the boys over at Demise, starting things off with the right foot here in the search and destroy. Let's see if they can continue their journey. First bloods, encounters coming through. Vagues traded out. Corbin still left roaming the map. Bright is dropped. And we'll see. 30 seconds into this round, the 8 shot comes through. Actually, a shot there from CJ actually could clean out Claps. Gets the better of this one. Marshall going to try to seal the deal here on the bomb plant. Able to get the job done, but Corbin creeping for the bomb site. Can't creep on this one. Marcy, he knows all the angles. Off or not, he is on.
We're still crashed.
Still crashed here for Zim. Means we're going to hear a little bit more of the bot verdict. Ari's clashy. You have to get a kill on board. Ari's taking some bullets, have to dip, dodge, dive back over to the action. Clashy able to get on board with one. Here comes the sniper of the split. It is Washi, gets bested. Clashy wins the encounter. Bomb's gonna be hot. No, Marshy taking some shots. Smoke comes through. Aries gets dropped. The bomb not gonna be defused. 5 seconds to go for all the clock. Clashy can't get there in time. Wins the gunny, but Marshy ultimately wins the round. Plays the time to the fullest. 1 for 1 we've go. That actually looked like it could have been doable. Maybe I overstepped my boundaries, Em. Maybe this map isn't what it used to be for LG.
Well, it seems they're trolling a little bit. We got Vega with the gloves and the deagle, so perhaps in a more serious circumstance, they will look a little bit better. But they are also on the offense. Historically, whether or not it's harder or easier to play is really up to the kind of interpretation of the team. But for now, I mean, Demise is doing the Garena strat. They're giving you complete mid control, and they're going to look to retake with utility. Here goes the bomb getting planted now by Envy. Claps will find CJ, and that's an important kill. That's the sniper. That's Washi. Here, Clashy again in the middle of the map now. He'll try to find another one, but statue control here for Corbin. He's going to find Envy on the middle part of the map as well there, fresh off the bomb side, catch a 2-piece. And that's a round win for Demise. They're on that defensive side. That retake worked. Although I wouldn't recommend giving LG too much mid-map control. I think that that's a recipe for disaster, but to each his own. I suppose for now, they are winning rounds.
All right. All right, here we go. Payoff round 2-1, lead in favor of the boys over at Demise. LG already off to a little bit of a hole. Not been on the board with Claps as of yet. We're going to go ahead and give him a little bit of limelight because why? He's bested CJ twice now out of the 3 times they've encountered each other. Let's see if he can do it a 4th. Or 3rd, sorry. Not necessarily going to be able to do so now as we see Washi able to find 2 in the feed there. Corbin and Clash. He Claps trying to make the rotation through. There's no way you didn't see that guy. It's going to be able to take down one compadre before he goes. But the bomb's planted. It's a 4v2. Hit is on. CJ running circles around these guys. Bright able to win 1 as the trades come through. He's able to win 2. Look at 3. No, Envy says into his terror.
Yeah.
As we see a 2-2 split, and we are tied up yet again, Zim.
I mean, you lose the advantage of the defensive side when you allow the other team to plant the bomb and just turn their offensive round into defense with all of their players alive. I don't know how I feel about this particular strategy, but I mean, if I'm Demise, we got to get some mid-map control. Band is just running free onto the statue, and he's got all of the positioning that he wants. Now, the bomb is going to go down again, but you throw all of your utility at the start of the game. Now you have nothing to retake, and you got to rely on those snipers. Clashy's going to find another important kill onto CJ. That's going to be Washi. And then Clash will find another one onto Envy as well. 2 very important kills. Vig will trade that out. And now, how can the retake get styled out? We got Claps in the blue. He's got a nice lane to look over mid if he chooses to take it. But Marshy on the backside of that, he's not going to let you run through that grave for free. And we got front side protection here for Band and Vague. Round's going to shake out. Bright's going to take the first engagement onto Bandit. He will fall. And then we're going to have this opportunity now for Claps to find Marshy potentially in the garage here. But you're running out of time now. Band has another opportunity. He's got the shield turret. Just working potentially on that Hunter Killer. Not able to get it. But a round win there. And again, like, if you're just going to let LG plant the bomb, You're not gonna win rounds retaking if you're throwing all of your utility at the very start of the round at the same place.
No, you're absolutely right. Utility toss out the window. You got to retake here. CJ, he's trying to take complete control. Claps has been a pest, but it's 3 to feed. Claps does win the encounter yet again. He's just simply better today. Bad part is they've lost out on 3 of their other compadres, and this retake absolutely not looking like it's going to be able to come through. Clashy does open up with the first blood, makes it a little bit more doable. Vague, though, he's on the prowl. He said he will not take no for an answer. Take that for an answer, though, as he gets shut down. Class, though, still in a 1v2. Marshy, I just don't know. Marshy doing Marshy things. I think he's like, hell, forget this. We get a setup for the for the trick shot. Forgets the spin, nonetheless. Pulls the trigger. 4-2 lead. Things start to get a little out of hand. Well, we got to flip sides. Now it's the defending side, as you mentioned it earlier, as the attack not necessarily a walk in the park. They managed to pick up 4 off the first 6. Certainly looking like it might be, let's go on cruise control after this one.
And you said it, like, it's not easy if you allow the other team to just have mid-map control. Like, LG is not going to do that. They're going to play for that mid-map, and then they're going to bring Demise to a screeching halt on their side of the map. Now Demise has to make the play out of the garage. Now they've got to make the play out of the graveyard area. They got to make a play through blue. And every lane right now is confidently held by LG. So we've got statue control here for Washi. An engagement here for Vague in the graveyard. Ares is going to take that down. That's a key one. Also his first kill of the match. He was sitting at 0-6. And the bomb now slowly, maybe we see a rotation over to the blue side, but not so fast because you got Marshy on the bomb heady. Very powerful position too. Washi's going to have to make a play in the middle of the map. We need a first blood. He's going to cook the nade there for the grave. Maybe perfectly primed, as that's going to be on top of Bright, but he'll narrowly escape it. Still a 3 versus 2 position. And Marshy's super solid on the bomb side. No worry in the world there for him. Washi, on the other hand, a little bit more of a fragile spot. He has no utility in his pocket, but he's got that shorty to work with. A little bit of a rotation backwards. They're going to say, okay, you can have this B plants. We'll try to figure out how to find a lane of our own. Marshy staying solid on the bomb side, but Washi will get caught by Clap. Super important kill. It's 3 versus 1 now, and the smoke will come through. Now you know exactly where you killed the previous player. You've got that smoke, and the bomb slowly has to make its way over to plant, but Clashy will catch it. That was a nice round there for Demise.
A much needed round there for Demise. Starting off on the defending side, only able to take 2 rounds. And we flip script. Now it's their time to shine. This is their attacking rounds. Let's see if they can make the most of it. Obviously, they're playing for much more than just a search and destroy victory. It's the Titans, the Terrors, and LG. They got blasted in that hardpoint. This is for redemption. This is for pride. This is for them to spark a comeback. Ban. Looking to shut it down to help with your pride. Let's see if he can get aggressive here. Vague there is, these two are looking to play off of each other. Kind of like the aggression here. Vague, will he peek his head? Does get some shots in, pays a price. Ban not there for the trade. Ultimately, you're peeking a corner that you have no business peeking, homie. Maybe if we would have duo stacked that one, might have been a different story. Nonetheless, 2 bodies out would have certainly been a lot less, a lot more of said, damage. But nonetheless, Ban there for the trade. Trying to get a little antsy through the middle of the map too. Is going to be able to find shots on both players. Not enough to seal the deal though. And that's 2 for the price of 1 player advantage. Yet again, residing in favor of Demise. They are looking much better. And they are ultimately just making LG pay for their sins here on this search and destroy. Do not peek the middle of the map. Thou shalt not peek into the spawn of your opponents when you're playing the defense. Be less aggressive. Be like Envy. Be backside. Be holding on the angles. Be like Marshy. Don't be feeding into all this BS. There we go, Marshy. There's your time to shine.
A lot of the Clap's kills have been directly on his counterpart onto Washi. He's doing a pretty good job of shutting him down. But Marshy, ever so elusive. Now the bomb will go down, and Marshy's found a way to reposition himself. He is on the prowl. Now, if the cross happens, he's going to be able to account for it. Envy will catch one in the blue area. But that wasn't the bomb planner. He's still alive on the A side somewhere. Certainly they know. There goes the rotation in the backside for Marshy. He's looking for him. Envy's going to hit the side from the other end, and he's going to catch it. Now the bomb is planted for the deep blue position. They know exactly where it's for. But Clashy, he's got the opportunity. Why? You've got a sniper. Don't do this. Why are you doing this? You have a sniper. The bomb is planted for you. The bomb is going to get picked up. And now, oh my God, the hit marker is going to come through. That was almost a highlight play for Clashy. He gets lucky. Envy does. And he doesn't die there because that would have been a clip.
So the better play is you play back. You wait for that player to commit to the bomb plant or defuse. And then you just dust him, and then you make Marshy chase you. Sometimes, you know, you got to put 2 and 2 together for these guys. If they plan it for your side, you got to play that side to a T. You can't be too aggressive. Obviously, you did take down Marshy. The hit marker on Envy, not enough to get the job done. 5-3. 2 more rounds here for LG to shut it down. Vague not committing the Cardinal sin here. He's playing for a little bit of information. He's just waiting for that push. Ultimately, you have given yourself up here 2 times in a row. Can't make it a third, right? Oh, he's antsy, bro. Go ahead and put the good. Just go ahead. I mean, you got a good nasty heady, but let's go ahead and forfeit all that over. There it goes. There's the pain. There's the devastation. Band's there, counterparting it, and look at that. They clean him out. 5 down instantly. And that pans out perfectly when you push as a duo, man. Work wonders. This 2, Vague and Band, could definitely be a lethal combo. That was a just prime position for both of them to shine. Obviously, they get the job done. So, 1 more needed here for match point. Nade shot. Uh-oh, Bright shutting down Vague. And off in a little bit of a hole here for LG. Can they dig themselves out?
And that for me is like the highlight. Like, again, you hit it on the head. It's like, what is going to make LG truly super lethal internationally if they're able to figure out this kind of like growing pains that they're having early? You know you're going to get stable S tier premium AR play from Tectonic when he comes back into the fold. But it's really that sub duo. You gotta match up with Mihawk. You gotta match up with these guys Rage over on Omega. You gotta match up with these guys that are just really, really good. You got to match up with these guys domestically. Solo and Zai and these guys. Do you have a sub duo that can really take over a game? And Vague and Bands, look no further. These guys are really, really good together. And 7-3 win there for Slums, S&D on the side of LG, and that's, you know, more of the old. No weaknesses, it appears there. Looks like they handled their business, and that's really what you want to see when you're going up against a team like this. Handle your business, get your 20 points, walk out, and yeah, really good.
All right, talking about internal pains, I'm sure we're going to have some here in a moment. This one looks like it's a 2-0. We'll take a look at the breakdown here. 10 kills on board for Vague as well as Envy. CJ coming through with 9. Claps might have got the best of him the first few rounds, but ultimately the last lap is for him as he takes this one in a 7-3 fashion. Marshy, I mean, when you're playing as conservative as he is, you can only admit that, hey, he probably didn't have as many interactions as the players up top because, hell, they were, I mean, just absolutely feasting at times. We saw Vague and Bam. That is a dynamic duo in SMGs, and you mentioned it earlier. Tech is introduced into this lobby. You got yourself a damn good AR, and you got 2 great SMGs. And then you've got, I mean, when you've got backburners of listening like CJ and Marshy, or Washi and Marshy, and Envy even, God, you're not even mentioning those players, and you're talking about all the talent that is LG now. So we're going to get geared up for it. It does not look like this one is as 2-0 as we anticipate. We're going to have to get a further ruling, but Zim, it does look like somebody might have used a little bit of a cooldown weapon, a little bit of an uh-oh here early in the night. That's the second uh-oh for LG, right? I mean, they're nickel-and-diming themselves off the rip.
Yep. Vague had the UL. That skin is banned, or it's on cooldown currently, right now at the moment. They're determining right now if he got it or if it was just, well, yeah.
Well, like I said earlier,
if you shoot it, it's a DQ.
Vague literally was boxing and picking up a deagle. He had a deagle. He didn't have a primary. And if you recall, okay, look, we're gonna be going to.
Yeah, they gave him a warning. Wait, why? You DQ'd. You DQ'd the. Oh, okay. We'll let the admins do.
We'll let
the
admins.
But,
we're gonna just continue on. If I recall, I remember him having a deagle and a boxing gloves in that first round, right? But I also
Yeah.
did mention, like, we weren't going to start with the first go in that search and destroy. We're going to be divvying back to the lobby. We should have divvy back to the lobby. I was right, chat. Vague had that UL that is on cooldown, and I get it, boys. It's for the content. But you should have done the right thing and changed the class off the rip. So, obviously, that could be fixed. All the COD Mobile's got to do is just, hey, figure out a way to get his private lobby loadouts. That'll just save everybody a load of trouble, right? We didn't shoot it. We're not trusting you, Ban. You're a part of the team that's been questioned. Why would we ask you and go to okay? We'll trust Band, I guess.
Right.
Because that's not impartial at all, right?
Mm-hmm. Also, they're saying they didn't shoot it, so that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. If it's just like an error, that makes sense. Like maybe you have the class out or whatever.
It wouldn't be. I would be less likely to believe that scenario if I didn't remember Vague taking a gunfight with a deagle and a pair of boxing gloves. So I believe it. But chat, we can do it for a third time around. Go ahead and spam that hashtag blame Vague.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go ahead and spam this right over to our break now as we're gonna get geared up for our third series. Much closer matchup, I would say, indeed, is Galaxia Gaming or Galaxia Simplicity and Midnight Gaming are going to be set to square off here in game number or series number 3, guys. We're going to take a short intermission to get our heads straight and our throats quenched of thirst. So I'm hydrated, man. I need to get hydrated. So we're going to hear a word from COD Mobile. We'll be right back after this word. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, short break, as I promised, going to be followed up by what could be another longer break, though. So, good news is, third series is done. Y'all missed it. Bad news is, it was a forfeit, so you didn't miss much. We're going to get geared up for our fourth final series of the night, right, which is right around the corner. And just to give everybody a heads up, it was not the players who came through and raided us unknowingly. You know, I apologize, guys. I'm sorry that, you know, you had to end your streams for that, but Midnight Gaming has opted to forfeit as they could not provide players, obviously. We're in a little bit of a shambles. So, Zem, we're going to be back here in a moment for our fourth and final series of the night. It's going to be TLE and Team Eleventy, as we mentioned earlier. That's certainly going to be our marquee match of the night, if I had said anything. Behind the one that could have been, which was that, yeah, that's right, Hirsch. Which could have been TLE, or not TLE, but Midnight Gaming and Simplicity. So, 20 points, though, going to be awarded to Simplicity. They got to be pretty proud of that one.
Yeah, they're going to walk away with that 20 points. Anytime you get a chance to get some points in the league, especially a full series, you're going to take that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are still DQ penalties, right? So not only do you give the 20 points over to the other team, but you're also losing points for not actually making your matchup, which at this point, you know, with just the quality of teams right now that are in the league, we can probably chalk that up and say that, you know, very early on, this team is probably out of the playoff kind of hunt early on in the season. I think that's going to get really, really tough. Yeah, but you lose points. You lose points, and it's not going to get easier. Look at their schedule. They haven't even played. They haven't played the Seminole. They haven't played LG. They haven't played Truly yet. Like, it's gonna get. Oh, actually, they did, right? Who did Midnight play? They play. Who did they play first? They played Seminole.
Midnight Gaming played Luminosity.
Yeah. Okay. They played LG. So you still gotta play Truly. You still gotta play Seminole, and then you gotta play TLE, and then you gotta play Eleventy. Like, it just doesn't get easier for you guys. So DQing a match and losing points, really, really bad. But anyway, we're going into the 4th series now. It's gonna be TLE, like you said, and Eleventy. We're gonna just go down the rosters a little bit because we haven't been familiar with this new look Eleventy roster. I've been seeing in different scrims, different guys trialing and playing with them. We got Just, Puedes, Pelon, Lucifer, and Yuji. So Yuji actually coming over from that TLE roster. He was on TLE for quite some time and is now on Eleventy, back on his like 3rd or 4th stint on the team. For the subs for Eleventy, people we might possibly see, who knows? Alexi, who was pretty good at different spurts in previous seasons, and then Raven coming over from Zygnus. So a nice roster there. And then you look at TLE top to bottom. There was that like strange Zygnus merger, but it kind of like disbanded, and now they're back to what their original core was, minus Yuji. We got Shisui, who was on that Zygnus roster some time ago. Suiwa, who has been lighting it up lately. Saucy, again, who was on, I believe, the Eleventy team, where Zygnus, he was on one of those 2 rosters. Law and Zyrax. So these guys have been tearing apart LATAM. They've been playing North American teams and absolutely shredding. Now they're finally in the league, and
best team in COD Mobile.
Currently, right now, it looks like you know, you can make a case that should they be in a lobby with the LGs and the Seminoles, probably those North American teams maybe don't belong. Those teams are struggling a little bit, maybe against TLE. So TLE, really, really good team. Really good.
We'll see how good they really are now as they're going to make their North American debut. Obviously, they are your returning runners-up to LATAM. I think LG last season, they hit a lick, bro, and then they completely changed their roster. Completely crazy, but let me see the outcome of that. Obviously, it's had its ups and downs, but I mean, there's always a little bit of a learning curve for some of these teams. Obviously, we still got a little bit of a learning curve ourselves for some of these LATAM teams too. So Eleventy going to be making their debut as well. We're going to get geared up for that one and more now as our 4th final series is right around the corner. We're going to go back to some stream highlights as the players still haven't yet to join the lobby. As soon as they do, we'll be back live for the final series. So we'll be right back after this short intermission. Hopefully we'll cross our fingers and it'll be about, you know, short as we anticipate. So don't go anywhere. We'll return. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. It's the main event on board. It is TLE. It is Team Eleventy. They are set to square off two Latin phenoms. Looking to pop off, see who's going to be the better of the better. Right now, it's TLE. They have certainly rose to the rankings of being the best team in Latin. Certainly, even in discussion for the top in the, this Western region, right? And we've seen them play numerous times. This time's going to be something special, though, because why? It is their opening debut here for Mobile Mayhem against one of their rivalries in Eleventy. Sam, tell me, this one certainly has potential to go the distance, but again, this is an Eleventy team who is still trying to fit the pieces to the puzzle together and produce something that could be special as well.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, both teams are incredible. They're filled with legends from the LATAM scene, guys who will, when it's all said and done, go back down in the Hall of Fame for their region. So it'll be a very interesting one. But I mean, TLE right now, just the dominance that they're kind of displaying across their region and across the West in general is great. They're doing it against North American teams. They're doing it against LATAM teams. They're doing it against SA teams, the Brazilians as well. And they're really, really good. It's just the sub presence. It's so dominant. Zyrax, Suiwa, these guys on a map like Summit, you got to think that it favors them.
All right, you're absolutely right. That's where we're going to kick things off. Summit Hardpoint followed by a Search and Destroy on standoff. And if it does go the distance, chat, we will see that game 3 be taking place on firing range control. Takeoff off the agenda as well as raid. This one about to be squaring off to be a great one indeed. Now I had to restart my emulator, so we should be good to start here in a moment. Predictions though, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'll tell you like I've told everybody else. Everyone speaks so highly of this TLE team. Until they take a major event, they can't. If they can qualify for a stage 4, if they can finish in a top 3 seed for a stage 4 finish, I will talk to them as a top 3 team. Until then, they are just another great LATAM team. That's what all they'll ever be. I say that with much love and regard. I said the same thing about Zygnus, and I said the same thing about Eleventy. Eleventy has not made a stage 4 yet, and Zygnus are in shambles currently. So I don't think that is going to be a thing. Do you think the TLE roster stands a chance to win a stage 3 or win a stage 4 and go to a stage 5?
Yeah. Win a stage 3. I don't know, man, because you got to play against Inco, you got to play against Skid and stuff like this. But I mean, I've seen this team play against Inco and Skid, and sometimes they look really good. So, who knows? But winning a stage 4 is a different beast altogether. You're preparing best of 3, best of 5 series. You got the entire weight of coaching staffs in Brazil, and you have the entire weight of just a whole bunch of eyes on you, preparing for every little tiny thing. Winning a regional is an incredible achievement that many people will never accomplish in their career. So we will see if they're up to the task. But it starts by being dominant in North American Mobile Mayhem. So we'll have the opportunity to put that on full scale display. What do you think the ceiling is for this team? Looking at not only this region, but looking also at LATAM, do you feel like they're a team that can kind of win a championship as well?
I would love to answer that with a very confident yes, but I don't think I can. I don't think they've adapted like we've seen the teams over in South America do. You saw Inco perform absolutely incredibly rolling into, stage 5. Of course they get a top 3 finish. Of course they adapted. Of course they put on a mid-show. You look back at 2021, and nobody from LATAM, even stood a chance. We saw a separation of that pack once 2022 hit, and it was very early on in stage 3. In stage 3, we knew Inco was it. We knew that Skade was it. We knew that those boys were here to play. I have yet to feel that presence, and until we get into a stage 3, I can't really speak about how well TLE looks. Great. They'll look great in lobbies like this, but until we get to that main platform to where we can, say, hey, this team is doing well. It wasn't just for Mobile Mayhem. It's for the whole world.
Yeah.
I think that, and when that day comes, then we can start talking about it. But I just don't think I've seen that transition like we saw out of that, a team like Inco, a team like Skade, who absolutely popped off stage 5 this year.
Well, what I like so much about this TLE team is that they don't necessarily fit the bill for what you would kind of look at when you look at a team like the Brazilians. They're very strong with the SKSs. You've got really dominant Manear play from Lucasin, flex play from Lucasin and Pabzera and these guys as well. And then you look at TLE and it's a completely different style. It's shotguns, it's subs, it's pace, tempo. And here it comes at the start. Just as we're saying that Eleventy is actually going to win the first wave, the spawns will flip for the side of TLE. And Eleventy is drawing first blood.
Yeah, they are indeed. Now, first 10 seconds down, dusted. They are going to be able to take advantage of all of this time off P1. And in the control room, you've got some demons on the lobby. It's Puedes, who was on a 4 spree, finally gets knocked down a peg. Saucy. No trades going to be untraded in this scenario. Topside control might be held here by the boys over at TLE, but they have yet put a single dent onto the armor until Eleventy. So a lot of time being invested here onto this P1 site and see if it can go both ways. Finally, the break comes through. Law going to be able to seal the shots there on 1. Shisui onto the objective. It is looking like we've got ourselves a little bit of a back and forth affair right now. The lead's still going to be heavily in favor of the boys over at Eleventy, but double digits going to be reached here from TLE.
And as fast as this matchup is going to be pace subs, like we said, the key matchup specifically is going to be that TAC 5. Who can get ahead of the other, who can pop a couple more, and that's going to be Law and Belon. They're going to have that matchup all map long. So far, no player with a particular advantage. But who will draw the first blood for that first TAC 5? Both of them are dead center, almost at the same exact position. As Law's going to get another one. He's currently sitting at 7. 1 kill off of the TAC 5 as well. Whoever's going to get that first TAC 5 wave is going to open up massive tempo into the transition as we get down. And there goes Law. He's going to pop that first one. Here comes the TLE wave. Just a couple kills now for Shisui, and Eleventy, they're going to deal with it well. And now Pelon's going to get an opportunity to get a couple kills and open up attack 5 on his own going into the next 60 hill.
Oh, if you're looking at this matchup, I think, it's easy, clear to see. Law is already off to a great start. I don't think he's going to slow down anytime soon. Got the buckle down for the new setup. Backside spawn's going to be his for the taking right now. He's got to play his life. 2 players looking to make the breach, make it 3. Oh my God, they're sending the whole damn lobby to take this man out. A lot of backwards momentum, but look at the side. Zyrax's able to sleep right through him. And Law able to slip. Man, how is he still alive?
He's still alive. He's
finally taken down.
Yeah, my God, he was in the spawn doing all the work there, and the TAC 5 is going to get popped there for Eleventy. They're going to get a couple kills, and that's really big because it's on that transition. Now here comes that 60, and they're defended 45 seconds. Steely's going to have to break it through the front, but now Suiwa with the Annihilator. What can you do here? Can he pop it out and maybe try to make a play here to get a couple entry kills for his squad? Smokes are going to go down in the middle of the lane, and here comes the wave. Now does the entry go through? Puedes is going to get the first blood. Puedes will get the second one, and 3 kills there for TLE. Here comes the Annihilator. He's looking for the spawn kills. He sees the guys on the left side. He's going to take 2 with him to go. And there goes the triple kill for Suiwa.
Was that a collab?
Hunter killer drone in his pocket. I don't think it was a collab. I think it was a straight up running 3-man. But here's going to find the 4th one, and he's working on that Predator missile. He's only got a kill away from that. He's going to slide away narrowly from the Eleventy player chasing him, but try to turn and burn, and it's not going to happen. Eleventy holds on, and the transition currently it's not clear. Either team can get it.
Yeah, the other team can get it. 2 players back in the back line there for the TLE boys, but Eleventy trying to hit it from the slow side. Big kill coming through for Lucifer. The opener is there, but the hill is going to be dependent on these backside spawns. Law Again, trying to play his life this time around. Not going to be able to escape with it. 40-point advantage is going to be a little bit more drastic now. As here comes some more operators out to play. Puedes and Justino looking to go absolutely bonkers here for the transition. Law. Dusted. Annihilator flawless so far. Not missed a shot, but on the backside, he's going to get taken down nonetheless. The Hill is still in complete control of Eleventy. They have not steered this ship wrong. And now the break looking like TLE might be able to get the swarm here with 30 seconds left to go. This is plenty of time to scrap for it, but they got to take down Just, who has put on a little bit of a clinic. Finally shut down himself. Puedes got the luck of the backside. Spawn gets absolutely turned and burned. Swarm right back on at the retake. It's Eleventy. They are here to play.
I mean, you just never know what you're going to get from this Eleventy squad. Sometimes they're really, really mid, and then sometimes you get them in the biggest matches, and they're a trap game for a lot of teams. They're a trap match. You expect the Seminole to beat them. In that previous season, Eleventy actually took down Seminole. Now we're seeing them against TLE, and projecting everything to go into TLE's favor, naming them as that top LATAM team currently at the moment. And Eleventy, they've got something to say about that. Currently almost at 100-point lead over TLE, but here comes the Purifier and the Vortex. 3 kills there for TLE and solid mid control. Now every lane is held. We've got Saucy on the outside. He's got the claw in his pocket. Maybe can make some work there on the next respawn, but Suiwa's gonna get caught off, and there goes the Eleventy break onto P1. 3 players alive still for TLE, and the slaughter is still happening in the middle part of the map. Top control there for Eleventy. Shooting down into the hill, but the turn and burn will come for Law, and the next TAC 5 is just a couple kills away. Actually, it's distant. We're looking at 4 or 5 kills away, maybe at the back end of the next P2, but still right now TLE fighting on that P1, and they got all the time here.
Yeah, Pallon's sitting on a 3-piece right now. He's trying to collect a little bit of insurance points, right? 10 points left for grabs. You grab all this for free. You could absolutely guarantee yourselves to the lead. Now, Saucy there for the contest. You got to go ahead and sweep right through. P2 setups are right around the corner. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up for a little success. TLE might have a lead, or a little bit of a lead to overcome, but 50 points is nothing here in the side of Summit. We'll see if they can keep these spawns for P3 as well as battle it out here in the trenches for the side of this P2 catwalk. We'll go ahead and dive in and see what those comps sound like.
Go, top.
Aparecí Nieves.
Muerto, lo maté. Otro más, punto. Y ponían verde.
Otro más.
Dos más verdes.
Dos verdes.
Me pone nieve.
Aparecí verde, güey. Muerto verde.
Bueno. Tienes al punto.
Verde.
Conector. Nuevo.
Muerto. Ya lo maté, Lucy.
Buena, Shuki.
Ya me voy deep, güey.
Oscuro. Va verde.
Hay uno oscuro, oscuro 2. Hay nadie ahí.
Uno más verde, pelón.
¿Te tiro taco?
Sí.
Vale, va. Ya te lo tiré.
Bro, did I jump in with Eleventy? Who the hell let me jump in with Eleventy? What the hell is wrong with me, bro? I swear to God, I'm like, whoa, this is not so. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, all right, so we did a listen in with Eleventy. We watched Zyrax almost the entire time at TLE. Right now, they're battling out the trenches. 50-point advantage here for the team. The break certainly looked like it might be coming through. They made a lot of fireworks here on this backside of P3, but they did not get a lot of points off of it. Right now, they are looking like they might be able to do it, but what was that?
That's another triple kill there for Suiwa with the Annihilator in the same exact position, and the collapse comes through, this time for 30 points. Except he's going for the deep spawn. Quite honestly, Suiwa, at this point, you probably want to drop that deep spawn. We want to be pushing through and get working on that rotation. Here comes the snow. That's 2 kills. But they're going to bang it through there, and Eleventy right now spawning in the middle part of the map. They've got a lead in the game, and they've got a lead on the transition. We've got Law and an opportunity there to get a gunfight onto the tractor player, but it's not going to happen. Here, Yuji getting a cutoff kill in the middle of the map. 4 players for Eleventy on this transition, a 20-point lead. Currently speaking as well. No operators for either side of the team. Actually, I'm going to bite that. Zyrax has a Purifier, so perhaps at this position, he might get saucy with it a little bit. He's going to fall right there, but the TLE break is going to come through from the snow. Can Eleventy hold? And they're going to be able to. Now, in this position, Pelon, he's going to have to turn around and block that snow. He's going to go. Now, all of the position is very, very advantageous for Eleventy. Law taking a challenge onto that rock. It's not going to fall, and Eleventy is holding strong. Another Vortex coming now in the front. The operators players are very, very strong and pulled in the correct position. Now another gunfight there in the snow. It's going to be lost and the Vortex will follow. Now TLE has an opportunity. 4 versus 2 on the point. Law's going to take the first gunfight, and here comes the Purifier. He's going to burn just out of the position. And now a good recovery there for TLE. Good scrap time, and hopefully a good transition to P1 will find themselves in a closer game.
Yeah, look at Zyrex. He's already trying to get a little egregious here with this Purifier. Why let it waste? Let him roast. Able to find one there, and Puede's trying to go down the staircase now as his setup is going to be spoiled here for the P1 setup. Zyrex able to find 2 initially there as the expiration of that Purifier does come through. 3rd time around here for the reset. It is going to be that first set of hill, or first P1 coming through for the 3rd time around. Let's see what the sweep comes through. Law is going to be able to pop the... Oh my god, bro, I'm just drawing a blank right. Yes, TAC 5. Good god. First wave of players through. They're going to get the break. Is it going to stake? Absolutely not. Eleventy. Just letting him have it from the top ropes.
So far, so good. We got TLE Law. He's going up from the top there. He's got a first blood. He'll hop down, and nothing will come of it. Right now, TLE is fighting in the point. Just a couple Eleventy players left to go, but only a 30-point lead there for Eleventy. Everything is going right now very well. The time is getting contested, and the TAC 5 is popped by Pelon. He's going to drop down with the Holger and get a kill onto Suiwa, and Suiwa is going to get burned from the position. Now it's Yuji. He's going to have an opportunity to sauce up on his former teammates, but he won't do anything there in that spot. He will fall. Now the rotation for Eleventy is secured through that green spot. TLE is going to have to not only fight through the rest of this P1, but they're going to have to fight from a disadvantageous position on the P2 side as well. We're going to have to look for a couple kills and a flip. A couple operators here might go a long way. We're going to have to see a lot of value here from Saucy with the claw. Maybe a little bit of Vortex to come through. Here comes the Vortex. It's going to get only 1 kill onto Pelon. That's going to be very key for Eleventy. Now the claw in the hands of Saucy, in the pocket rather. He's going to have a couple slide opportunities. We might see it get pulled out here. He's going to slide and get a nice kill there, but the Eleventy wave is just, the foundation is too strong. The green spawn will reinforce, and just the further spawn for TLE is making things a little bit of a struggle. Now we're getting into the crunch time. Here comes the claw for Puedes. He's up top and he's doing the work. The claw's coming through and the time's ticking for Eleventy. It's getting tough for TLE.
Yeah, it is. Only 30 seconds needed to shut this one out. Justino looking to put it away. Got the top side covered, bottom side the claw. Claw is going to get shut down as well as Justino, and just like that, 4 in the feed. Justino trying to make the wrap over to P3 where we can see this one shut down. Only 20 seconds, 23 seconds is needed. Big swing, though. Middle of the map being cut in half. Saucy, he's got a Kapatre with him. Can he ultimately stay alive? Saucy and She-Sweep both drop. And nobody there to pick up the slack. Zyrex looking to get a little bit there back there. And Suiwa going to be able to pop this Annie a 3rd time around. Same exact position, but the shoe's on the other foot. He's looking at the deep spawn. There's nobody there. The front side rotation's there. They are dumping everything out, the kitchen sink included, to solidify this P3 site. Now is the best time ever. Let's go ahead and jump in. TLE, get your redemption. You've made the comeback. Let's see if you can solidify it.
Mirando fuera verde, estoy mirando fuera verde.
Uno nieves.
Muerto nieve. Uno por con, otro más con.
Igual, no cortes tanto, no cortes tanto.
Buenísimo. Cuidado nieve. Tiene tac, excepción tac. Tengo midlane.
Cuidado con
Uno por midlane, solo uno midlane, Lo estoy viendo.
Otro más a tu derecha, Cyrax.
Midlane muerto. Conector.
Otro más entre
Conector. Ayuden,
Tengo conector.
They have been flawless here in the P3 setups. This one is over. The comeback amounted. Eleventy not able to maintain the focus, able to stay alive for the distance, and they get burned on a P3 rotation that they absolutely had under wraps in the first 2 sets of hills. That's where it ends, Zim. That's where it ends.
It was in the final moments there, you highlighted it on your part, and it was just that 4-man wave there for TLE. They were able to get through into the spawn. They had the numbers, and even though Eleventy had a couple opportunities there to defend, just the position of the kill is just able to take that deep spawn, convert it. Again, the Annihilator came through for Suiwa. He was a superstar on that map every single time he pulled it off. It came on that P3, it came on that green side, and it was quad kill. And then at the very final moment, when it mattered the most, we were able to get into the hill, one-way smoke that front. We saw Claw, we saw Purifier, we saw big tack waves, and Eleventy just ran out of steam in the end. an incredible performance there for TLE, but off of the back of a super sub performance from Suiwa and a super sub performance from Shisui as well. They were really maintaining and doing the work. Those are the 2 stars on this team, Suiwa and Shisui. They dominate almost every single map that they're playing together. And when they play and when they're actually frying, this team is a force to be reckoned with.
No, they are indeed now. And I was looking at it too, bro. I mean, even midway through the game, you're looking at it. Yes, Eleventy was able to escape with a little bit of a lead for the longest amount of time. But they were primarily just getting outslayed 3/4 of that game. The only thing that they were able to hold on to was P3 rotations. I don't know what it was. I don't care what TLE did. Eleventy were always on P3. We saw Suiwa the first time around. He popped his Annihilator right in that same spot where P3 popped open. This time around, he got there a little bit later, a little bit earlier on than later. But, I mean, what do you get? Like 4 or 5 in the feed? Man's went absolutely crazy. Yeah. But Eleventy still remained on top of the hill. How does that happen? And you still maintain the lead. I mean, it's like almost being gifted those points at that point, because the whole team was absolutely frying. And then we get the P4, backside spawns locked down. And it was just a copy positive for the first set of hills. And then we started to see the game unfold when that P1 to P2 to P3 connection started to happen. We saw TLE start to spark a little bit of life in P1. They got a little bit of contention, but P2 lockdown. They absolutely brute force pushed them away into that P3 hill that third time around. That's all it took. So game 2 right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, is Search and Destroy standoff. Could be our last matchup of the night. As I was taking a look at it, the first map was selected by the side of Eleventy, and they did not yield what they needed after that one. I mean, if it would have ended at 227 easily, they got it there. What was that? What, 227 to 177 comeback?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was something like that. TLE, and like you highlighted, it's like you were just absolutely slamming Eleventy in the kill feed for the vast majority of that game. You know, we open it up, I open up the scoreboard at points, and I'm seeing guys just under double negative, like 2-3 guys at a time, and you see Suiwa, he's popping lead off, these guys are popping off, and they've got a lead. And like, where are you getting that time? You're getting that time on those big 60 lockdowns, that P3, that P4, because P1, P2 are always scrappy. You're almost never going to get very meaningful time there. It's quite difficult to do so, but you know, impressively enough, Eleventy, like you said, they were able to maintain through massive Annihilator play from Suiwa and still just barely scrap that time together on that P3, and that kept them in the game, lead that maybe a little bit into those P4 rotations, and still be able to bite off big chunks of time. But when it was time to do the work, the operator usage, that's what it came down to. And TLE just did the job. But like you said, now we're in a danger zone for Eleventy, because that was your map pick. Of all of the maps you could have chosen, you chose Summit. You thought that you could play the sub game with TLE, and you failed. So now you go into this S&D game, standoff, which TLE is very, very comfortable with, of course, because they selected it. It's probably the map that they feel the most success with, or the most natural positionally. And it's going to be a tall task now for them to kind of overtake this team on their selection. We've got Saucy and we've got Law, 2 strong snipers in the past, and you know, if we don't see early round wins here for Eleventy, it's going to be a tough task.
All right, we got Messi out here for Saucy. Looking to get some sauced up loose for, and Yuhi opening up for big kills. One with the gunning, one with the nade shot. Leaves Saucy and Shisui all in the lonesomes now. Shisui actually going to get dropped. Saucy's already getting pushed. This one's over. First round in. Wow. What a way to answer back. You got slammed in map number 1. It was close. You take a look at those kills. It was not close. That first round, not close either. 5 in the feed, not a bit of damage on the right-hand side of your screen. This one's going to be a bloody one.
And perhaps, Verdict, there may be a little bit of an advantage here for Eleventy. TLE may not know exactly what Eleventy's plans are, but Yuji, he was on this team. He was on this team for quite a long time. He's played this game mode with them. He's played with this map with them plenty. And he's going to have a pretty good idea of what these setups kind of look like before the pushes actually come into full fruition. Right now, 2 strong rounds for Eleventy. And they're on the gas. They're running at them right now. They're smoking. They're going through the boxes. They're challenging them at every opportunity that they get. And on defense, They're ahead now 2 very lightning quick rounds. CLE has to take a moment here, regroup, regather their thoughts, and slow the pace of this game down.
Find a way to slow it down or open up with first bloods too. Lucifer's dropped. Saucy getting on board, getting involved. Suiwa, your MVP from last game, getting on board as well with his first kill of the round, and big interaction here for Just. Right inside of your ear hole, gets the 2-piece. No way, put him on a t-shirt. These boys are going missing right now, and Just is the culprit. Bomb is down along with it. So Palone right here straddling side of the bomb head glitch, as well as Puedes, who is eating bullets left and right. Look at your spawn. They are certainly there. Let's see how much damage they can cause now. Suiwa on collection of the bomb site. Puedes going to be able to find one through the middle of the map. Looking for the second. Holy hell! Suiwa shut down again. And Law follows order. Palone able to find that third kill. 3 in a row here. The defense standing absolutely strong. Night and day performances, especially with the gunfights. Looking absolutely on par here for the boys over at Eleventy. Zim. TLE gotta quit. Find a way to quit this bleed, man. They are hemorrhaging at the moment. And I mean, only 3 more rounds on the attack. Is this a turnaround round?
Yeah, I don't know. You're getting first bloods in the previous 2 rounds, and it's still just not converting. There goes Law. He's going to find one, but Just. We know this guy to be the biggest rat in all of last time. He's hitting these flanks, but Saucy is going to find the position there on the backside. Now 4 versus 3. Finally, a nice man advantage for the side of TLE. And I love this verdict. You know, this is my favorite thing. I get solid when I see this. Please plant the B-bomb. Please show the other team you have that bomb site in your arsenal. And already, TLE changing the pace. You've got those A rounds that aren't working out. Let's mix in a granny. Let's mix in an alley. Let's get that B-bomb down, and let's make the work happen in the space that we know we can occupy. I love it. B-plant for TLE, and they found something there. A chink in the armor. Can we take control of that space, occupy that, and go back to that? We might find an advantage.
There we go. Bricked up for B pushes. Obviously, you're pushing through grannies. You got to take. You got to take down Justino. I think that was the success in that one. Lucifer absolutely holding down the Deli side as well. And we got an even spread across the board for both teams. Look at them. It's like we're trying to get into suit or get into line. Surely it's right across the middle of the map. This is where you shall not cross. Eleventy on the back, very, very back. If you get into the back alley, Lucifer, he's got a little bit of a line of sight there, but he is going to opt to rotate over. This back alley is not going to be preoccupied. Look at one player in Suiwa. As we slow it down now, Law going to be able to open up with the first blood, and Suiwa going to get a lot of ground here on the back alley. We'll see how much he can do. His damage is certainly going to be done now. I think he's a little paranoid. Look at both ways before he makes a cross. Lucifer is going to be spotted. Trigger discipline to absolute T. Yuhi, hello. He's up top, able to get the trade, but 2 for the price of 2. We'll take those trades.
We compliment a great setup on the B push, and then you get your first blood in the spawn. You're pushing a player back blue. You have full control of court. You have full control of the deli area, and then the bomb runs at A. Like, what in the absolute hell is that? Completely mindless position there for whoever that bomb planner was. But oh my God, Bellon finally will get taken down. And good Lord, if it wasn't for that great play in the end there to trade Pelon, we would have seen an incredible mind blunder there for TLE. How on earth are you going to get first blood in the middle part of the map and push directly into the spawn, leave your bomb carrier on the statue, and say go A? That makes absolutely no choice, or make no sense. We've got to centralize that bomb a little bit and find the opportunities. Finally, they're going to put the bomb in the granny here. That offers a lot of flexibility between B and A site. The nade to go as well onto Lucifer. There goes a second nade, and it's raining frags. And here goes Yuji finally trading away a kill onto Suiwa. But the bomb now in a really nice spot central on the tank in the middle of the setup here. Puedes will get a nice kill onto Law. And the bomb now in a 1 versus 1 opportunity here with Puedes. He's right below the gun, but he can't see him. The head glitch will work wonders. But Justino in the middle of the map. He's hitting these flanks. He's got 1. Nelly. He's got 2 off of the bomb, and the bomb is down now, and it's just Saucy alive. He's going to find Just in the middle there, and he's going to catch him. Now it's just Yuji alive in a 1v1.
Oh, 1v1, perfect positioning. Saucy has no idea.
Oh, he sees it.
But he's got to be very, very disciplined. Look at this. One wrong step, and this round is over. Saucy trying to play a little bit of a redemption here. Missed that first shot completely. Look, Yuhi's on the chase. Trell has not gone cold. There it is. The headshots right across the board. He's not there, homie. I was just there. Wrong. He's there. He was there the whole entire time behind you, lurking in the background. He talked about Justino being the biggest rat. Biggest rat right there. Ratting it out for his life, and surely enough for a lead. Now, flip scripts, flip sides. 4-2 lead. Lead in the hands of the boys over at 11. Let's see if they can maintain it, though, because this is where things got out of hand. Second half of that hard point. Certainly not favorable to the boys over at 11. Let's see if they can make up for it here in this surge. Lucifer opens up with first. Yuhi drops and trades a bound 3 for the price of 2. Defense standing strong after this one, though.
I kind of like that call there for Eleventy again. Like, get away from the strength of the A side, jamming up the middle. Just got to win some gunfights, but I like that. Maybe we can revisit that. Justino now in a 1 versus 3 position. He's going to see Saucy, maybe the head of his player on the head. Glitch right there on top of the tank. He's going to get 1 and not convert the second player. But if he got that second guy, maybe a little bit of home free. That other player was in the back alley, not in a spot to trade. But let's take a look if we can see some creativity again for Eleventy. Tried an all-out mid, didn't work. But, you know, the gunfights, maybe a little bit of that. Here comes a full-on A-smash here. Backside protection there for Just. He's got the flank. Here comes the tractor hit. Now we're on the site. 5 is going to run into some trouble. Puedes and Justino, they're going to get 2 kills on the A site, and there goes Saucy. He's got a sniper rifle to trade a kill. But Just on the flank, and he's completely unchecked. He's going to get through the spawn once more. Can Saucy find the position here? He's going to get caught on the barrel. Now it's a 2-piece waiting to happen for Just. You can't run away, son. You're getting pinched in both directions. And here goes Laud. Now he's alone in the core 1 versus 4 position. The bomb is planted and absolutely nowhere to go there. Another brilliant round there for Just. He's sitting at 10. Somebody's got to watch the flanks.
Somebody's got to watch the flanks, indeed. Going absolutely crazy there. A-side hit smashed to oblivion, and you got 1 cleaning up the backside. Just is him right now. Defense 50-50 here so far. The creativity here for the attacking side, though, absolutely uncanny. Another little bit of an A-side smash. You got 2 players inside of the courtyard, but 1 in Yuhi looking to play that entry frag. Just doing the dirty work. Actually able to take down Saucy in the midst, but Zyrax catches Yuhi off guard. Able to get the trade, but Puedes able to catch the 1 off guard there and give the player advantage right back to the hands of Eleventy, who have struck gold yet again on the A side. Losses, not so fast, my friend. Takes 1 to go, but is Justino sending them to his grave. Zyrax and Shisui left to pick up the pieces. This one's about to go down. Bomb being planted over on A. In the retake, you're holding hands for the time being. You're going to have to split up and cover a little bit of ground here in a minute. And we'll just see if Justino can chop these players in half. Is this rotation certainly going to be either coming behind him or beside him?
I mean, you wouldn't possibly ask for a better position here. You're in between both players. Now the split has happened. Now you've got to kill out the Shisui, try to get lost. But he's not going to be able to. The trade will come through for Zyrax. He's got the sniper in his pocket and a sub to go. So maybe a little bit of a flexible position. But you got to go. You're running out of time. You only have 10 seconds left if you factor in the defuse. And Eleventy, they're going to stay strong on the side. They know exactly where he is. No need to overplay the holy moly. Hit mark is going to come through the fence, and he's going to get onto the side just for a couple style points, but Eleventy now match points. And hey, man, if we're TLE, we're still on this defense. You still have to deal with Just on the flank. You still haven't been able to figure out how to deal with that quite yet. He's sitting at 13, dominating the map. If you can find Just for a first blood, and then settle yourself into the rest of the defense of the round, you can be sitting quite nicely.
All right, we'll see. We know what's up for stakes here. This is for game 3. Much needed here for a win. 11 trying to put this one out of reach. Suiwa open up with the first blood. Chunks him out in the middle of the map there. And Puedes trying to get across to that A site. Not successful in doing so. Your bomb, though, in a prime position right in the front of the courtyard. Suiwa making it rain shots on the front side. Saucy, they're all focused on B or on A. This is a good time for a hit over at B, but obviously you got to play for advantages. So Suiwa just not missing right there. Able to shut down 1. Justino able to get the trade, but he's 1 able to get back alive for the time being. Bombs down. It's a 2v3 scenario, 2v4 scenario. And with the position of Saucy and Zyrax, there's no way in hell they don't know this bomb's here. So very, very undoable situation for Yuhi and Justino. But let's see what they can do along the journey. Zyrax, first victim up, shut down. Whoa! Law shutting him down from downtown. I'm not even sure where that shot was. Top blue. Okay, Justino now The hit is up. The jig is up. You got to make a move. It's a 1v3, 40 seconds on the clock. This one's not happening.
That's the trouble there with playing on the flank. If your team gets first blood on the other side of the map, is very quickly, if you don't make something happen, you're out of position. So I'm good on TLE for finding a couple kills here. And nope, my game just crashed.
There you go. No trigger discipline here for Just. Not going to matter. Through the window. Taking down your wall. 6-4 lead. Still in the hands of Eleventy. Just one stroke of genius here. Could certainly put us in a control game. Will we see this one end tonight? Or will we see a flawless TLE defense here for the next 3 rounds? Well, 2 is needed for overtime, at the very least. Let's see if they can stand strong here in order to keep this dream alive with the 2-0 sweep. Little bit conservative for both teams. You see both know what exactly is up for stakes. You got to play this one to a T. Just has no chill, homie. Already being pushed up. You're able to get some shots on Saucy, but plays right into the trap. Suiwa able to shut him down. Middle of the map, chopped in half. Lucifer able to find 1. Palone able to find 2. Uh-oh. Suddenly A is wide open. Palone going to go ahead and stick this plant. Law able to find 1 with a nade shot in the midst of all the action. He gets dropped. Yuhi able to find his 9th. And pressure here for Saucy and Zyrex to perform. It's a 6-4. You lose this round, we're going to control. Hit's done. 30 seconds before that bomb goes boom. These players got to make a motion over towards the site. Saucy has an idea that somebody's back here. It's Yuhi. He is the last line of defense. He is the insurance that is needed. Zyrex, absolute. He's down. Saucy is the last man. Here comes the hit. 15 seconds. It ain't happening, ladies and gentlemen. This series is not over. We are heading to firing range. Control is certainly abroad. 7-4 victory. Eleventy stands strong after a very, very great start in this Search or Destroy. They finish it even stronger.
You got to tip your cap for Eleventy. You know, they lose a heartbreaker in that hard point, but then come over here and they say, hey, we're not going to let that phase us. We're going to hit them from the start. I'm willing to bet Yuji was kind of sharing a little bit of what his familiarity was with this team. And it just looked like they were confident in what that setup was. They just found the space. They knew what TLE was going to hold in the beginning and what they weren't going to be holding. Exploit those weaknesses. Find yourself very, very quickly with a 2-0 advantage on the map. And then from there, you're playing with house money. You get to decide the pace of the game. You get to really just press the gas, put the foot on the neck, and dominate the map. And that's exactly what they did. We saw lots of success from Justino on the flank. Come on, man. When are people going to learn? You're playing against Just. Watch the flanks.
Exactly. Hey, look, I don't know anybody.
2 guys on the flank. Eventually, he's going to run through it.
I don't know anybody in LATAM that plays Search or Destroy like Just does. Just is just...
No, nobody.
I mean, you talking about the best of the best in Search or Destroy talent? That's him. It doesn't matter what team he's a part of, what role. He's always going to be that guy in Search or Destroy. He's always been that guy. Right. And being back in, back on the team with Yuhi, that's a dynamic duo that I've been waiting to get back into control as well. Obviously, a lot of bad blood in this series amongst each other. Former teammates, a little bit of a, butchered deal with his Cygnus merger. Obviously, things starting to look a little bit out of hand for that roster in TLE, but they are holding their own. Hardpoint looked absolutely great. It was close, but not being able to have, that extra player as a sub or that player on the bench that could come in at any time. And it's like, when you've got 5 players on a roster, bro, it makes me so damn nervous having to cast a team that only has 5 players on it. If anything were to happen to any of those players, Wi-Fi, power, anything of sort, there's nothing to draw from. There's nothing to build on from that either. So there's nothing that you can, work on with a different player and give you a different look. Or you get with them. You get where I'm going with this. Yeah. CLE team, though, they're not chopped up. They are not screwed up. They are ready to rock and roll. They have delivered some of the best games that I have seen out of a LATAM roster. I'm just hoping that it stands true for major events too, because I'd be highly upset if we didn't see this team in Stage 4, as well as Eleventy. They have not been to a Stage 4 event
ever.
How does that happen?
Actually,
2020 maybe?
Did they make Stage 4 in 2020? I don't think
Possibly. I don't know. I'd have to go back.
I will look this up, actually, because I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
Okay. Well, if you're just now tuning in, I'll give everybody a little bit of a brief, a little bit of highlight. It was a 250 to 227 win. TLE were on the back burners of being burnt there in that hard point. They turned the Jets on the P1 reset third time around. Flawless from P1 to P3, locked it down for good. Get into that search and destroy, different story. Starting off on the right foot, Eleventy, they strike gold on both the defense and the attack. Apparently, standoff is their map to play, is their map to win. 7-4 victory. We're heading over to control, where we will get into our last guaranteed game of the night. There's no if, and, buts, or maybes about it, bar a reset. This one's going to be it. This is going to be for the series, the 15 points up for grabs, and obviously a little bit of bragging rights amongst some of the Latin players as well too. So we are ready to go. We're ready to dive on into it. As soon as Zim gets back with the report, we should be ready to rock and roll. Tell me, Zim, did we see Eleventy? They have never made it to a stage 4, and you risk bracket manipulating, is what
It's
I
all
believe.
right. Eleventy's
Come on.
Stage 3 2027 champions incoming in the future. Maybe this season we'll get to see them in a stage 4, but so far it has not been the luck of the draw for them. Regardless, we're gonna be on the opener for the firing range control. Here comes an A-long hit for the side of Eleventy. And an early spawn trap now. You got jungle control and you got control of that wood. We're going to see Zyrax in the wood making it happen here. That's going to be a 3 kill. And oh my lord, here comes the spawn trap. Here's the problem with firing range. You get pinned in the spawn. You get pinned in the bathroom. Now you have nowhere to go. Now you've got Saucy on the backside with the sniper rifle. You got to get out of this quickly, and you got to get wood control, or the pain is just going to continue to cycle through. Can't climb up the ladder because he's up there and he's ready for it. Zyrax is going to get a couple kills, bounce back. And Suiwa is going to do the work now. She's sweet to trade 1 on the bathroom. But now look at the kill lead. TLE has only lost 4 lives. Incredible.
Incredible is one word to say. I'm just downright perfection so far. The defense standing strong. 10 life lead. Make it 9 now. 28 seconds left to go. You race against it and the players that are still alive in this one. Inside of trailer we go. Just able to put some shots in on 1, but Law gets avenged by Saucy there. Trades galore now. A-side hit coming through. Finally, a little bit of breathing room. You've got 1 tick of progress. You also got a little bit of double time. Lucifer wins a massive gunfight. And at least, at the very, very least, you're going to spread the attention of both of these players. But, Lucifer, COD timing not panning out his way. He gets shut down. B, no bueno. A, still on. 2 ticks of progress. Only need 1 to extend this one by a minute. And look at those kills. They are certainly getting drawn in. Pallone is saving grace there with the Holger. A is captured, 1:30 back on the clock. And now it's basically a TDM slash S&D.
I can't be bothered by the funny spam from the chat. I'll offer a little bit of a retort back after the stream, but it's okay for the time being. Right now, Eleventy is 12-5. A little bit of a struggle here as TLE is dominating the defensive side of the map right now. A cap for you in the pocket, but the B site is still not in reach, and that's just going to be it. 1 more life there for Eleventy. And a round win for the side of TLE. Good to go.
Good to go indeed. Now, bad news for 11. If you're looking to win this series, you got to find success at least 1 time. 1 time onto the attacking side. Now, flip sides now. A little bit of revenge here. The defense isn't going to stand strong. First blood's not coming through just yet. Tag 5 pop. Here comes the hit. Saucy, Shisui, Zyrax. They find 3 in the feed, and look at this. They've already found a little bit of a seam into the spawn, too. Saucy getting a little saucy with the shots there. Flawless first wave of players. And already 2 ticks of progress, making it 3. Here comes the Shrieks. Able to strike 1 on the outside. It's Saucy. He is him for the time being. A is going to be capped. Now it's all on the B. And only a 3 life drop and a 3 life deficit is him. Already a night and day performance out of both of these teams so far. TLE just doing it a lot better.
You just got choices now. If you're TLE, you got 2 minutes to work with. You've got an extra cap now. You're up to kill advantage in 6, or rather by 6. You've got Annihilator in the pocket for Suiwa, and easy access now from the Tin and the American for an easy spawn trap as well. If you're 11, you need to convert this position by taking all of your lives if you can and getting down into the B bomb site and just defending from that position. But TLE right now, they're in the spawn. They've got the operators. Here comes through. Wouldn't be surprised if we see an Annihilator pulled very very, very soon. But Eleventy is going to try to convert this spawn pressure into spawn pressure of their own. Little do they know, Saucy's running through the A-long right now, and they're going to look for a flank instead. Right now, Shisui's got the Vortex. He's putting it directly on top of the spawn, and everything is happening very, very quickly. If you are TLE, they're getting the kills that they need to get into positions. But right now, Just is in a spot maybe to convert a couple of his own. He's got Annihilator and Just a kill. So if he can get Shisui and maybe pop his Annihilator to try to flip the tides of this match, things could get interesting here. Another opportunity here onto Shisui. He's got the Annihilator. Does he invest it right now? He's going to back up into the wood position, and Yuji is his teammate right now in the wood as well. We'll see if he's lurking around looking for an opportunity to slither, to find a crevice that he can kind of creep in. Right now, Just looking for an opportunity on the bottom wood. It's not going to happen, but the TAC 5 is going to get invested. Interesting decision to utilize it on the 10-6 life advantage, but TLE is going to send this full wave over to the jungle, and Eleventy is not prepared for this at all.
No, they're not. As a matter of fact, they left their guard up. They got 4 players here. Can they capitalize? 5 players left staying on the flip side. Lucifer able to find 1. Saucy making good with the snipers. He's got 15 in this one. He's putting on a little bit of a haymaker. Nade shot almost hits, but 3 in the feed. Puedes and Lucifer, the last 2 alive. And with this progress on B going all the way in favor, right now you got to bank on a big 1v7 to happen here for Puedes. Able to find 1. Cheeky little shots, but I mean, I don't know if these guys know it. I think they just want the kill. I think they just want blood. I think if you stack more than 3 players on the hill, that time will go by super fast. Nonetheless, doesn't matter. You win by the gunny, you die by the gunny. Certainly this time they went by it. So, payoff round. This is it for 11. Into the line. You have not found success on the attack or the defense. And now you got to do the worst of the two, which is attack to stay alive. Might have bought themselves a game 3, but ladies and gentlemen, this is not looking like we are going to see a little bit of a reverse coming through. So it's got to start here.
Got to start here. You're correct. And Law, he's going to pop attack 5. It's going to make it that much more difficult now for Eleventy to make the work. But Puedes, he's in the spawn right now. He's got the claw. He's going to find 1. There's 2 dead. Another opportunity. Now, since you're blocking the spawn, they spawn an American. Here comes the life. He's got the opportunity now. Can he make another kill happen onto Saucy? It's not going to happen. But Yuji is in the 10 position. This time, only a switchblade in his pocket to make it work. Right now, the Purifier will not do you very well in this spot. Particularly, he's going to think he's dead, but he's not. He's going to have to turn and burn on this position, pull out the knife, and not make it work right now. But still, no ticks at all. No spawn pressure at all for Eleventy. No ticks, no clock stoppage, nothing. You got to see if you can find a wave and convert this into some kind of time. If ever now is the opportunity. Here goes Eleventy. He's got 3 kills, and another shorty is going to slide onto the trailer for the time being. A lot of the time is going to be utilized very, very nicely for Just and Co. He's got the Annihilator. He's looking over for a spawn trap, and everything right now is shaking out pretty nicely. He has an opportunity to get a kill on the bottom, but the Annihilator is just going to fall through. And at the very least, Eleventy is still on the point and maybe can capture a trailer.
Maybe he can capture a trailer. Maybe he can capture the audio too. We're going to go ahead and dive in. This could be it for Eleventy. They've got to stand strong for the time being. Let's see how those comps sound. The last 20 seconds might be right around the corner.
Muerto uno de Américas.
Mírame, barril.
Barriles todos.
Camo muerto.
Me entró escopeta, Shori.
Usaron vortex.
Muerto.
15 segundos.
Tengo trophy, cabrón.
Ey, pushó Puri.
Sí, trader, uno trader.
Muerto. Hay otro más, larga, pushando.
Oh, Days took a turn for the worst, chat, and this one is over. 9-5 left in the count. No matter. It's a 3-0 sweep. It is absolutely TLE coming through with an absolute beast of a performance. Flawless, one might say. And surely enough, they put an end to 11's misery here in this series. 2-1 victory. Ultimately, 15 points in the hands of TLE. Zim. That control was brutal.
Yeah. And you know what, man? I gotta drop a Zim bomb, man. It wouldn't be me on this stream if it wasn't. Listen, man, I'm speaking directly at this point to Eleventy fans, not to Super. I like Super. Not to the rest of your staff or whatever. Not even to your team. Eleventy, you guys are gonna get better. I hope you guys make it to stage 4. But for you damn Eleventy fans, you guys are worse than Cowboys fans. You guys are delusional. You guys are the worst people in all of fanhood. Only because you guys don't actually look at your team for what they are. They struggle, you support them. When they lose, it's like, oh my god, they suck, and there's no consistency here. The reality is that TLE is very likely to accomplish what Eleventy has never accomplished in 3 years, and we hope that that changes. We hope that they're successful in the future, but right now TLE is the better team, and they've been around for months. Welcome to the league, and they knock you out already. So you know, if you're 11-team, you've got a lot of work to do, but it was, encouraging for you guys to come out against TLE and have a good performance, but encouraging isn't good enough. So good luck for the rest of the season. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Damn.
But yeah.
Wow.
Make it to stage 3, and then let's see. I want to see this 11T team be successful. But you damn super fans, you damn 11T fans, just sit down, chill out, watch your team lose for a little bit. It's gonna be a ride.
There you go. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be up and down. It's going to be bumpy. It's going to be a roller coaster at that point. You're going to lose your stomach. It's going to be all over the floor, and then you're going to pick it right back up, and it's going to be right back at the tippity top, and we're going to be starting back over. Certainly, it was a close series, though. It came down to that last game, and that one was not close. That control never stood a chance from the jump, and it was clear as day. Spawn traps, absolutely immaculate. And, you know, TLE just ran circles around you. If you happen to miss all the action, the VOD will be on. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a Mobile Mayhem YouTube account now, so you'll be able to check everything out almost instantly in YouTube. Not sure what kind of turnaround that's going to take, but we're going to, you know, make sure everything is good on our end so that that way is good on y'all's end. If you need help finding that link, I shall put it in chat here momentarily and pin it. But for the time being, we're going to take a look at the results today. 2-0 sweeps across the board, with the exception of that last series. Seminole, flexing, Luminosity, almost catch another forfeit or a DQ. Almost. But almost doesn't count here. Forfeit does come through for Midnight Gaming. They're going to be in the hole. And Galaxia Simplicity, a.k.a. Galaxity, going to get the free 20 points for them. TLE earned theirs. Took it to a game 3 and absolutely blew Eleventy out of the water. Taking a look at the standings. How does everyone sit after day 2 of Mobile Mayhem? Well, it's clear. 2 top runners so far. Galaxity and Seminole with 40 points. Luminosity right there hot on their trail, right with 35 points. 15 apiece for Devious and TLE. Then we've got a 3-way tie for 6th place in Shredded, Eleventy, and Midnight Gaming. Scoreless. Truly and Demise, plenty of season left to be played, and surely those teams are going to have points well before the end of the season. Well, Truly, I don't know about Demise. They didn't look too hot in their first series, or their second.
No, definitely not a lot. But you know, the good thing about Demise specifically is that we've seen them specifically on that raid. Like, they had a little bit of success. We know exactly where the problem is, so hopefully they're able to go back and look at both of these 2 series. And you know what, you get the best teams out of the way at the very beginning. Now from here, hopefully the rate of hard points that they play, if they choose to go back to that map, will be a lot better. Certainly your opponents can't possibly get more difficult than Seminole and LG, so you know, growing pains there for them, but ways to get better. LG and handling their business, Seminole as well, handling their business, some storylines as well for whether or not they're going to be able to sustain that energy. And just TLE, the rise of them through last time, incredibly impressive, and we'll kind of see there for the rest of the season.
That ends our journey for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Verdict. That's Zim. As always, we had a pleasure casting and entertaining you folks to the very, very bitter end for you Eleventy fans, and very, very high for the TLE fans. Catch the VOD or catch them hands, one or the other, in this week's day number 2 challenge that is going to be posted to the YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the Mobile Mayhem YouTube channel. I'm not going to tell you again. Okay, if you're still here, you're a real one. We appreciate that. Be an even better one, and go subscribe to the Mobile Mayhem channel and see if we can get past 100 by the end of the night. I think they're at 44 for the time being before the stream started. Let's see if we can get them to 100. So that's going to be it for tonight. We're going to go ahead and sign out and send you over to somebody who enjoys and deserves you much more than us. We are old, and we are done with this one. Well, I'm old. Zim's not old, but you guys get the picture. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to call it a night. After that 3-0 beating, I'm done. We'll catch you next time. Bobby's channel for Thursday's action. And Mobile Mayhem EU resumes next week on Observation and Ramadan. So we'll catch you cool cats later on. We're going to hear a word from Gorilla and COD Mobile on the way out. We'll see y'all absolutely later. Goodbye.